Morning, everyone. It's time for Saturday morning Lotro, and I am your host, Ferone the Gnome. We're playing Lord of the Rings online. It is Saturday morning, October 12th, 2024, about 7:24 a.m. I know I always say it starts around 7 a.m., but that's kind of like, it's got the squiggly line in front of it. I mean, it's about 7 a.m. Depends on when this old man decides to wake up and actually get online. So we are here, and we are playing Lord of the Rings online. We're in the Riders of Rohan expansion. We're playing on my level 88 Yellow Spect Lore Master, Lorundor. And we're out in Edoras here. Let me get this back up to the UI, get the map up here. So we are in Edoras. This is the spot where King Theoden is. We had an interesting run-in with him and Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and the little band you might have known of him. His name was Gandalf. He was there, and they had a little talk. And Gandalf told Grandma Wormtongue what he could do with himself, and he is now in jail. And King Theoden's mind is cleared, and he's seen everything for what it really is. As backstory here, last time we were out here in Wildermore, and we were working against the big snow. He wasn't snow. He was a stone giant or something like that. I can't remember what he was actually specifically called. His name was Nerzulm or something along those lines. And you can probably see Elvis back there moving around, my big Maine Coon cat. So he had turned this lush farmland out here, Wildermore, into a winter, I wouldn't say winter paradise, a winter horror land. And we finally defeated him in Bellwood up there. We got all of the Ents together, and they're finally marching on the bad guys and all that kind of good stuff. And we got rid of Nerzulm by using the hero of the land out here in Wildermore. He actually was still alive. We found him. We used his horn to break off pieces of Nerzulm's, his body. There was crystal. It's hard to explain. And we defeated him. So Nerzulm, he's gone. So we've saved Wildermore. After saving Wildermore, we came down here to Edoras and met with King Theoden, and that whole scene from the movie played out right in front of us. It was awesome. And now we are being told to go to Grandma's where he was staying to investigate, see if there's anything over there that we may need to bring to the attention of the king and everybody here. So that is where we are at. Let's take a look at our bags. They don't look too bad. I think we're doing pretty good there. We need, our VIP item is gone. So that's an important thing. Before we get there, let me just go ahead and throw this out, because this is all part of having a subscription to it. The VIP item, I said, whenever you subscribe to Lord of the Rings Online, you're a, air quotes, VIP. That's what they call it. It means you're a subscriber. Lifetime subscribers also called VIP. It's all the same thing. But before we get to that, let me go ahead and explain, in case people have not known that it existed. This is Lord of the Rings Online. You can play this game for free, and it is available over at Lotro.com. Head over there, create an account, download the game, play the first 95 levels of content for free. It's an incredible game. You may not have heard of it, and that's odd and scary and weird because it's been around for over 16 years. And it's the best MMORPG available right now. Nobody here is denying that. Jack? No? Okay. So that's it. It is the best. I've said it and nobody denied it. It is the best MMORPG out there right now. It's made by Standing Stone Games. And they are a smaller company, not huge team. So yeah, that may be why they don't advertise. I have no idea why they don't advertise. That's why it's up to us to advertise. But yeah, they've been around for over 16 years. They got a brand new expansion coming out, Legacy of Morgoth, I think it's called, next month. So yeah, full development, been around 16 years and still going strong. If you would like to, I 100% squirreled there. I'll get back to it in a second. I'm sorry. But I was going to point out, if you do come play Lord of the Rings Online, or currently playing Lord of the Rings Online, and would like to join a friendly kinship, that's what guilds are called in this game. I run Lorebound Walkers. We're on the Gladden server. We are a casual, friendly kinship. And every so often we get together to run dungeons. If people need help, we'll help them out. We give people gear and stuff and all that kind of fun things. But mainly, Lorebound Walkers is a group of fun-loving adults that have a blast chatting with each other in game, and really great group of people. Not tooting my own horn. The other people are fantastic. I've got some wonderful officers and some amazing members. So if you'd like to join us, head over to the Gladden server, create a character, or bring one of your characters that already exists there, and contact one of our officers. Phelan or Stedda would probably be a good choice. It's Fayln or Stedda. Or even better, head over to Ferone.com. Look in the links up there, click around, you'll find the Discord server link. Get on there, introduce yourself in the introductions area, and we'll get you set up, get you into the kinship. Now, what I was going to say before I started all of that, squirrel going on there, was that my VIP item is missing. So, if you're not used to this game, you probably don't know how that works. We're going to go take care of that here. As a subscriber, a VIP, you get an item that gives you amazing abilities. And unfortunately, the way it's designed, again, it is a 16-plus-year-old game, and this apparently is an old feature. The way it's designed is every 14 days you have to go back to an NPC, take a quest, give the quest back to them, they give you an item, the VIP items, and you're good for 14 days. But it's one of those things, you have to go get it, and it disappears after the 14th day. So that's what we're going to do. I am in the housing area. My kinship house was right back there behind us. I'm sorry I didn't take time to take a look at it for you. Well, we'll head right over here. Talk to Venda Kranzbill. She is the VIP Rewards NPC. She's in all of the major cities and in the housing areas. You just take the VIP Rewards quest. It's available to you if you're a subscriber. And you turn it back into her. And you get 2 items. This one here is a buff that stays on you for the full 14 days. That makes accelerates your crafting time and prevents item wear in combat, crafting, and defeat. But here's the most important item right here. This item you can use anywhere in the world. Right click it and you can open up a store, a shop to sell your stuff. You can open up your vault, your shared storage, your wardrobe, auction house, and open up legendary item forge anywhere in the world, anytime. It's a fantastic thing. So if you can afford subscriptions, a monthly subscription, sorry, I have sinus issues always, it's 100% worth it. The reason I did that, the reason I had to come back here and get this before we start doing what we're doing, is I needed to get into my shared storage so I could get my carry-all bags out. Very important. So let's grab all of those. If I'd have gotten up earlier today and not slept in like the lazy person I am, I would have had all this set up beforehand and y'all wouldn't have to watch me go through all this. But I guess the thing about that is if you watch me go through all this, you learn a little more about Lotro if you've never played Lotro before. So, a little bit of a learning experience there. Let's get all of my carry-alls down here. These are my crafting carry-alls. Basically, when I'm out doing stuff and I hit harvest nodes and stuff like that, I want them to automatically go into my bags so I can use them on my alts and everything. That's why I carry them around. Here's my large junk item carry-all. It's crap while I'm killing mobs. Do I have a task carry-all down here? I don't have one dedicated to him. Well, this one is now his. There we are. Now we're good to go back and actually play the game. So we're going to head back to Edders. I forgot to do my my thing I always do. Where's this at here? There we are. I got our hello world up in the chat. Got my multi-stream up so I can see chat in all of the forums that y'all want to chat with me. I do multi-stream. That means that when I'm live streaming, I stream to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter all at the same time. Because I feel like y'all should have the ability to see my stream any way you want. Let's grab our daily Hobbit gift, get that out of the way. It's a whole 100 virtue. I tend to take these and throw them in my shared storage for my other characters. So then, like my alts, because they're so small, 100 virtue experience, I usually pick that up on a low-level alt, and it helps them greatly. While we're running up here to check on Grima's house, let me get rid of this quest. I don't want this showing up here. It's taking up space. Let me remind y'all, if you're watching on YouTube, if you would go ahead and please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're at 704. Man, gas has got me all of a sudden. We're at 745 subscribers currently. So y'all are doing a fantastic job. I love all of y'all. And we're going to get 1,000. I know we are. This year we're going to get 1,000 because y'all are awesome. Also over on Twitch and Twitter, please hit the follow, share, tell your friends and family. Get everybody you know into Lord of the Rings Online because it is an absolutely fantastic game. And unfortunately, they just don't advertise it. I don't know why other than cost. And like I said, it's a small studio. So that's probably the reason. Right over here is where we're headed. You have found the entrance to Wormtongue's chambers. Two further treacheries await inside. Let's find out. Marked page in one of the books reads, "No mere wit." Something like that. I'm not a fast reader, and in this game they tend to have the wording only show up for a very short time. This chest is slightly locked and you possess no key for it. Let's rip it open. A crude map lies on this table, but you cannot discern what it represents. Okay. These books detail the geography and history of Rohan, but contain nothing. I can read the rest of that of note right now. There it is. It's in the chat. Had to go find it over there. Carved into the table is the crude representation of a crying eye. I think that's what that said. Yes, a crying eye. What else is there? Something else here? I don't see another. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, they started blinking afterwards, I think. These drawers contain linens and fine clothes, rumpled now and in disarray. I think somebody's been here. This cabinet stands empty. Did someone get here before you? It's probably likely. Beneath the chair, you find a golden key. Hey, I bet you that opens this over here. Inside the chest, you find items too varied to belong to Grima, including a valuable sword. Hello. Our names have disappeared. There we are. It's Hama. That's the guy that was standing outside of the main hall that ends up letting you and Gandalf and all of them in to see Theoden King, and Grima gets all mad. You didn't take his weapon! And all that kind of stuff. You remember Gandalf is like, you deprive an old man of his walking stick. So this is Hama that stands outside. What did you find there? That is Huragrim, the sword of Theoden. It is possible that the king asked Grima to keep the sword safe in his chest, but such safekeeping is no longer necessary. I will return Hurogrim to its master once I have brought Ylmer word of his release. For now, bring these other items to Grima in Meduzeld, and see what he has to say about them. These items are both too varied and too valuable to be his property. I'll warrant, and his explanation for I'll learn how to speak eventually. And his explanation for possessing them should be interesting. Indeed. Let's see what we got going here. They got a few people online this morning in the kinship. Let's go ahead and pop that window up. Normally we have a lot more people in the evenings of Central U.S. Central Time Zone. So I don't expect a lot of people on early this morning like me. I'm just crazy. We got Fern Smith and Medallion online. Whoops. Alrighty. So it's just chatting with some peoples. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go have a chat with old Grima Wormtongue and see what the little son of a gun has to say for himself. Let's see, where is he at? Okay, so he's back up in the main hall. The gel's probably available from inside there if I remember correctly. Oops, I was supposed to go this way. Not bad. So amazing being able to actually play through all of this that you've read about in books and seen in the movies, and now are actually here. We're going up to the big hall, you know, with Theoden King and everything. It's epic. Alright, so I'm imagining that the gel entry is around here somewhere. There's Horn and Glowin. Take a little look around up here. There's Grima. Okay, he's not in the jail cell yet. We got Gimli, Legolas, Aragorn. There is Gandalf the White. Not Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf the White. Eowyn is standing here. Theoden King is back to his normal self. And there is the son of a gun himself, Grima Wormtongue. What have you got to say for yourself?
Every one of those items was a gift.
What are these things? Why do you show them to me, vile man? You explain that the goods were taken from the chest in his chambers and demand an explanation. Every one of those items was a gift, Grima hisses. You are the thief. I demand that you return those things to my chambers, and when you return to my presence you come bearing an apology. I have suffered at the hands of these ingrates, and now my own possessions are being paraded before all the court and my name dragged through the slime. These are the thanks I receive for my months of tireless service to the king. You are a liar, man, and a thief. Your voice drips with poison, and your words are all false. I curse thee, and beg that some kind heart will defend me from your insults and your slander. Yeah, it's not going to happen, Grima Wormtongue. Alright, let's see here. Let's talk to Theoden.
Where did you get these items?
You say they were found within Grima's chest? I see. Theoden cast a dark look in the direction of his former servant. I will have one of my men restore these items to their proper owners, and I am of a mind to send this worm back to his proper owner as well. Would it be a mercy, I wonder? On this day, and in sight of his continued crimes, I am more interested in justice than in mercy. Alright, we get a item here to choose. We want light armor, obviously, because we are a robe wearer. Those are mediums, heavies, so on. Let's see what the look is on this one. Not particularly something I'm interested in. You might throw that in your wardrobe and be able to come up with an outfit with it at some point. We'll take a real quick look at what coloring it would do if we choose black. Didn't see it change a thing. I'm not sure that that changed anything at all. Let's change it to another one like Umbar. Yeah, I see no changing on that. The die system doesn't appear to do anything to that particular chess piece. But we are going to take it for its stats.
Wait. There is one item you should return yourself, as its owner is here in the hall.
Theoden scowls and hands you a delicate cloth. On a corner of the cloth is embroidered the name Eowyn. I am not so poor a judge as to think my sister-daughter, Eowyn, intended Grima to have this token for her favor. Return it to her, and she will tell you for whom it was intended. Okay, let's go ahead and put our new chess piece on. We got some runes. Go ahead and get that. Over here and talk to Eowyn.
I remember this token. I gave it to my brother to bring him good fortune in battle.
I'm not going to be able to do that accent, so I'm not going to try. Eowyn accepts the embroidered cloth from you with surprise. I remember this token. I gave it to my brother, Eomer, to bring him good fortune in battle, and he wore it on his ranging throughout the mark. Ranging throughout the mark. It must have been taken from him when he was confined to his chambers by my uncle's command. No, the command was my lord Theoden's, but the words were Grima's, and my brother's confinement was carried out by those men Grima selected. One of them must have taken this token from Eomer and given it to Grima. Had I known this, I would not have allowed it. Bring this token of mine to my brother and tell him our uncle is restored. He is being confined to his chambers in Edoras, north of Meduseld. Okay. Let's head on over there and talk to Eomer. When we had come here in the past and told the king that something was up and tried to explain and so forth, Grima had, done what Grima does and basically had him thrown in jail for, going against the king and all this kind of stuff. So they've let him out now, and because the king is back to his normal self. So let's go have a chat with him in his quarters over here and give him this item from God, my brain just went dead there. Person we just talked to. It's early morning. I'm still on my first coffee here, folks. I'm on my first coffee. I'm doing the best I can. All right, over here. Let me please remind you on YouTube, please subscribe. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. It is very hard to get people to hit subscribe. And I'm not saying it's hard to get people to enjoy your content. People love the content. And they hit likes and they leave comments, and that's fantastic, but it is so hard. Any YouTube or streamer will tell you it is very hard to get people to actually hit the subscribe button. They'll come back and watch every week, but people just won't hit subscribe for some reason. It's a thing. So please help me out and hit the subscribe. Help me get to 1,000. That's my my next big goal in YouTube, basically. Alright, let's go talk to Eomer.
Thank you for bringing me these tidings, friend.
Lorunder, I'm glad to see you are well. Hama has brought me the news that I am free to leave, but that is not what lightens my heart. The most joyous tidings are that my uncle Theoden has awakened to the fact of his peril, and his treacherous counselor has been dragged to light. Eomer accepts the embroidered cloth from you and crushes it in one fist. This was taken from me by Forthair, one of Grima's men. I am pleased to have it back, but I would sooner teach Forthair a lesson about respecting the belongings of others. I was treated well enough by the guards outside my chambers, but my inability to do anything for my family or for Rohan was the cruelest fact of my imprisonment. I spent many hours studying the map of Rohan in the room upstairs, trying to develop a strategy for the defense of the kingdom that could not be undone by Saruman. Go, study the map yourself and see if there is such a strategy I might have missed, for I came up with little of use. Alright, let's head upstairs here and take a look. Am I going the right way? I feel like I'm... Oh, there's a door. Okay. There's the map. Here we go. Chapter 11, Book 6. You study the map of Rohan for a time, but few strategies present themselves to you that could stand against the armies of Saruman. It's a mighty large table for a small room. Anyway, I don't know. Hey, I'm not going to judge. He's doing the best he can. He's got a lovely home here. I think it could have probably fit a lot better down here, but yeah, whatever. It's his choice.
Return to my sister and give her my thanks. My love.
Sorry. Did you find some strategy that could serve us against the armies of Saruman? Sadly, I did not, and I had more time to think on the problem than you had. There is no shame in it. Our strength lies on the open fields, but against such numbers as you say Saruman has assembled, I do not think our strategy will suffice. The mark is not as defensible as we need it to be. Return to my sister and give her my thanks and my love. I will see her when I return to the hall with Hama. Perhaps we will look at the map once more and see if there is something we have missed. Okay, Eowyn, that's the name I was trying to remember a second ago. Alright, so we're going to go back and talk to Eowyn. It's interesting when I look at the numbers, like I can see way over there. I see the Twitch numbers and the YouTube numbers live, and oh, there we go. And I can't see the Twitter numbers of people watching live there. They don't have that available in Streamlabs for me to see it. I don't know for what reason that is, so I don't get to put that up there. But I've always noticed the actual viewers in the program I use to stream. It shows me how many people are watching, and those numbers are always higher than the two there. And I know, therefore, if I subtract those, I find that that's the number of people watching live on Twitter. And it's interesting because I've found, as of late, a lot of times there are actually more people watching live on Twitter than on YouTube and Twitch combined. But throughout the week, well, for the first 24 hours, I get a lot of views, people reviewing on Twitch. It only lasts for about a day at most. People do that. And then on YouTube, for about 3 to 4 days, people watch the videos, from the stream that I upload on there for basically half of the next week. So it's interesting how the different mediums work on that.
My brother is free of his cage? I delight to hear it.
For soon I too will be free of the cage that binds me. Eowyn's smile brightens her face in the same way as does the sun breaking through a gap in the clouds. My cage is not made of metal or of wood, Lorander, but it is a cage all the same. In time of peace it confines me to the Golden Hall and its outbuildings, but when war threatens it cannot hope to withstand the force of our great need. I am a shield maiden of Rohan, and I shall take up sword and spear and defend this land and its people. My uncle must surely ride now to Isengard to challenge Saruman, and I will not hesitate to take up arms and ride with him.
All the people of Rohan will need to stand if the kingdom is to survive.
But the king must do so first.
The time has come for Theoden to step beyond the confines of his hall.
And look out over his city. Speak to the king and see if he is willing to do this, Lorander.
I am ready to look out upon my city with unclouded eyes.
Lorander, free from the shroud of Grama's whispers. Will you walk with me as well? I will.
Theoden King has stepped beyond his hall to look upon the kingdom. What will he see, I wonder? And will it move him to strike down the evils arrayed against his people?
The Odin King has gone ahead with Gandalf, Lorander. Do you think he has forgiven us? I know in my heart we returned for the good of the kingdom, but it is a serious crime to disobey the word of a king. My heart is aflutter, friend. This is Glil when he is a minstrel, and
We
he had
returned in
come.
time, but should we have returned at all?
He had come back with us before when we came with Eowyn, and tried to explain to the king that there was a lot going on and problems, and Grima basically was going to have him, I think, killed, or I can't remember, thrown in jail, one of the two. And Theoden instead just banished him from the area. So let's talk to Horn. Gilwyn still believes we will be punished, but my mind is not troubled. We returned to Theoden at the right moment for forgiveness. Was Gandalf not sent away with equal force? And yet now he has the ear of the king and speaks wisdom to him. We return without the insight of the wizard, but we bring something valuable all the same. Warning of Saruman's reach and power. That warning too has value to the king, and when he chooses his course, he will weigh what we have to say alongside the words of his advisors.
We returned with time enough to protect the king. That is what matters now.
Indeed, Horn, indeed. Now we will hear the commands of Theoden and learn if we have truly come to him in time. Rohan stands at a crossroad, and it is up to our king to choose the correct course. We will help him choose aright, to the sorrow of Saruman. It is not magic that Gandalf uses to cure Theoden of the hurts that Saruman and his agent Grima have wrought. No, our wise friend seeks to cure Theoden with words. Words of friendship and hope. Already I see it working.
I place my trust in Gandalf. He has never failed that trust.
The air is fresh and clean, Loranda, and the tall grasses sway in the breeze. From here we can look out over the fields of Rohan, see how the sunlight dances upon that distant river. It has been some days since Theoden beheld his own lands, I warrant. Grima gave him report of them, but always in such a way as to advance his own ends and those of Saruman, his master.
You speak of a secret hope, Gandalf, but my heart is heavy. Alas for Boromir of Gondor. Alas for my own son, Theodred. The young and strong perish, while the old linger on. It is a cruel turn.
Your strength is not gone, my friend. It lacks only your sword to return in full force.
Ah, where is Herogrim? Grima took it to keep it safe. Where might he have stowed it?
It was in the chest.
Take this blade, my lord. It was always yours to command.
Heck yeah.
Arise, riders of Theoden.
Command us, my lord.
We must stamp out the threat of Saruman. Hama, bring Grima before me. It is time he redeemed his treachery.
Aye, my lord.
But you, my guests, deserve the hospitality of my house. I have been a poor host.
No, Theoden King. The men of Rohan must ride today, and we will ride with them.
Yes! You will be welcome, Aragorn, as will your friends.
Be not overconfident, Theoden King. Isengard is strong, and other perils there are also. After we have gone, you must not delay. Lead the rest of your people to the hold of Dunharrow.
My people will go to Dunharrow, but I will not bring them there. I will ride to war, to fall in the front of the battle, if that is the need.
The Lord of the Mark will ride.
Who then will lead your people to safety?
Eowyn.
I will think on that before I go. Here comes my counselor.
My lord, you should come in from the hot sun.
Your meat is nearly ready. Can others not deal with these troublesome guests? Let Grima send them away.
No, Grima. I will ride to war as I should have done long ago. You will ride with me.
Grima's eyes dart back and forth from face to face, sizing up the assemblage. My lord, can you not see what this wizard and his ragged band seek to achieve? They do not care for your health or for your safety, and seek to lead you into danger. Your death would grieve them little, but there are those close to you who would mourn even the smallest hurt to your person. Listen to Grima, and come back inside. Abandon the madness these cruel ones have instilled in your mind. Let me send them away. Speak not of war. That is a young man's endeavor, and you have ruled the mark for many seasons. Will you not listen to your faithful Grima? Send me not away.
But I do not send you away, Grima. I ask you to ride at my side and thereby prove your faith. Will you do this?
A lord of the House of Eowl may have the stomach for war, but I am only a humble servant. Let me stay behind, a faithful steward to keep your hall until your return.
I'm thinking not. Grima hisses at you, his eyes narrowed unpleasantly. Do not disturb my lord more than you have already. He is weary and needs his rest. Only when you and your irksome friends leave his lands will he be once again at peace. Do you hear how desperately he wishes to be relieved of this charge? If that plea does not excuse Grima from war, I can think of no other that will. I would not trust him to carry a sack of grain into the mountains, for fear he would steal either the sack or its contents, whichever he thought we would desire more. My uncle is no fool. He will not humor this request. Enough. Grima succeeds again, if not at his truest goal, then still at one of value to his master. For Saruman is his master, and every hour we delay plays into his hands. We can spare no more time on him.
He is not a man, but a snake. You cannot bring it safely along, nor can you leave it behind. Give him a horse, and judge him by the choice he makes, whether to ally with you or with Saruman, his master.
Am I supposed to click somebody? Am I missing a thing? Nope,
No,
just delayed.
do not harm him. My mercy is now ended. If I see him again, it will not go well with Grima. I go forth to battle. It is like to be my last riding. And Theodred, my heir, is slain. Who shall I leave behind to rule in my stead? Is there no man? In whom do my people trust?
We trust in the House of Earl.
But Eomer is the last of that house, and I need his sword arm. He cannot be spared.
I did not name Eomer, nor is he the last. There is his sister Eowyn also, fearless and true of heart. All love her. Let her lead the Erlingers while we are gone.
You speak wisdom, Hammer. So it shall be. Eowyn will rule the people in my stead and lead them to Dunharrow and safety. I ask that you and your friends help her with this burden.
I have long known there was strength still in this land and in its king. Theoden's decisions on this day are not a surprise to me, and they should not have been surprising to you either, Loranda. No, Master Gandalf, they were not. we all play our role.
There is strength in Theoden, and that strength will flow into his people.
If its king is strong, so will be the kingdom. Gladly will I ride to Isengard with Theoden and his men, there to demand Saruman cast down his staff. Friends of mine were endangered by the commands of that wizard, and I have a debt to repay on that score.
I have been given my freedom, and now I ride to war with my king.
It is a far better day into which I walk than the one I left. We will show Saruman that Rohan is strong. For too long he has done as he will, but now we will remind him that this land is not his to despoil. My road leads west with the king, but he has asked you to assist Eowyn at Eris. I am certain there will be no lack of deeds that will need doing, but if you have an opportunity, perhaps you could see how fares Eldberg in the Eastfold. That town is my home, and it would be a comfort to my mind to know that you have kept an eye on it. There is no hurry. Assist Eowyn with her preparations here first, but keep Aldberg in mind while I am away, if you would. Thank you for following, Sir Spoonie. I do greatly appreciate you.
It is good that Theoden takes action to
Glad
protect
and
his
salute
people.
indeed. It is good that Theoden takes action to protect his people. Saruman's greatest ally for these past months has been the inaction of Theoden, sown by the whisperings of Wormtongue. How many orcs were given free passage across the fields of Rohan? Even one would be too many, and it was much more than a single orc. I do not say that Theoden rides to victory. It is good that he comes forth, but the armies of Saruman are vast, and I do not know if the Rohirrim can meet them on the field.
For too long have I stayed beneath the roof of my home.
No more will I delay. I will ride forth to Isengard with my warriors, and we will remind Saruman that the Rohirrim still live. My sister-daughter Eowyn will chafe at my command that she remain behind and make the people ready to leave Eris, I know. But she will carry out my wish. Speak to her outside the Golden Hall, and lend her what aid you may in this. To refresh, stream keeps buffering. I hate that. I'm sorry about that. If it doesn't work perfectly on Twitch, you could always try on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Let me check something here real quick. No, actually, it doesn't show on here the quality. My old software I used for streaming did. This one does not, unfortunately. Ah, there it is. The bit rate is pretty high. No, I don't see a major issue with it showing on Twitch right now, but that doesn't mean that it's not having issues. Let's see here. There she is over there, Eowyn.
There is no honor in this. Why must I stay behind?
Do they care more for Rohan than do I? No. I would fight as hard for the people of the Mark as any man, and mayhap with even greater ferocity. Eowyn's eyes blaze with a dangerous fire for a moment, and her fists clench and unclench. I will do as my king commands, Lorander. This duty has been given to me, and I will carry it out as best I may, though it be not my desire. None will say that Eowyn betrayed the word of her king. I will protect the people of Eris and see them to safety while the battle rages elsewhere. It may come to us in the end, and if it does, I will be ready. I will need your help in the meantime. Alright, we get to choose a ring here. We're going to lose our set bonus. Actually, we didn't have the set bonus because we only had 2 items. In fact, I'm looking at it, they were on different sets, so we never had a bonus in it at all in the first place. We want the one with will, so it's easy choice. It's just that one right there.
There are many things to do before the people can leave for Dunharrow.
My uncle's command must be brought to the townsfolk wagons. Wagons must be loaded with provisions, belongings gathered, and there are like to be some naysayers who refuse to follow the king's will. Take this proclamation and read it before the people at several locations throughout the city. Start with the market north of Meduzzled Steps, and then work down through the streets of Edoras. Word will spread quickly, it has already begun to do so. But the king's command must be brought to the people so the preparations for their departure can be made. Not everyone will be pleased with this Lorunder. Be kind if you can, but keep your resolve strong. This must be done. The Odin King has commanded it. Let's take a look at our map. Okay, so we gotta go down here to the market square. We'll go ahead and mount up for that. It's all good. I figured it out. Fantastic. What is it? When I first searched you, it was trying to force mobile app Twitch on my PC. What the hell? That's interesting. Always something going on, you know what I mean? It's been a super long, stressful week at work. Heavy programming going on, some big stuff. And I cannot tell you how glad I am that it is the weekend. Oh my god, I am so glad right now that it's the weekend. Where do we gotta talk to somebody here somewhere? Oops, didn't mean to hit that button. I'm hitting all kinds of buttons wrong here. Is there somebody here I gotta click on? I don't see anybody lit up or anything. It's not clickable. Oh, this market is a good place to read the proclamation. I see. I gotta click this over here. You read the proclamation aloud, and several people nearby begin to mutter darkly. Now go over and I go, stop muttering darkly. YouTube is more stable. I will lurk here and watch on YouTube. Hey, awesome. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Let's see. Who else we got here? Stop muttering darkly. Who else we got? We're ready for the next area, aren't we? Yeah, down here. What I'm going to do here in Edoras and the areas is probably follow the epic story as closely as possible and avoid a lot of the side stories, not because they're not good, because they're actually extremely good. But I've played through it all before, and I'm trying to advance the storyline on this for all of you, and would like to get through to some of the really cool stuff soon. By these steps is a good place to read the proclamation. Alright. So we're going to try to follow the story as close as possible. Seeks to catch your eye. Okay.
Do you have a time to spare in our woman tidings bearer?
I have heard the commands of Theoden King and would obey, but it has been many years since Etherith felt the bloom of youth, and I do not have the strength I once did. My belongings are bundled in this crate, but I cannot carry it down the hill to the Dunharrow wagon without help. The wagon is to the north of here if you follow the road. Excuse me. Can you bring my possessions to the wagon north of here? Just follow the road. Etherith will be in your debt. Alright, so let's help her. And where is it we go? North. She said north. Why didn't you pay attention? Subbed. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you so much. As I was saying before, it is a wild thing. I've seen many YouTubers talk about this. That people will watch their videos every single week, leave likes, comment, and everything, and they won't hit that subscribe button. There's something about it. I think people they know it's free. They absolutely know it's free. But there's something about the connotation of the word subscribe that makes people not do it. They're just like, I don't want to pay for something, and it's not paying. It's just, but YouTube should have used a different word than subscribe. They really should have. This entrance courtyard is a good place to read the proclamation. Read the proclamation aloud, and a small child seeks to catch your eye. Hello, what's his name? Derloff? How may I help you?
Everyone must obey the word of Theoden King.
I heard you read the words of Theoden King, and I know everyone who is not going to fight needs to leave Edoras. But those men over there were laughing, and I heard them insult the name of the king. You're not going to let them escape justice, are you? Everyone has to obey the word of Theoden King. Indeed, where are these men? You there!
What gives you the right to order us out of our homes?
Maybe those are the commands of Theoden. Maybe they are not. Maybe they are the words of Gandalf. Maybe the wizard is working against us and just wants our treasures for himself. Do they not say that trouble follows him wherever he goes? I'll teach you a lesson, man. I'll teach you what happens when you do the bidding of wizards. Oh, well, hold my L a second. How about some lightning to your head? That'll put you back in place, won't it? Uh-huh. Run along now. You might want to put the fire out too there. Where's the next place we need to go? I find that bringing down a lightning bolt on people's heads and catching them on fire just seems to do what you need it to do. Hey, you subscribed on Twitch. That's a Twitch thingy up there. Now, I should point out, I just said subscribe doesn't mean paying money. Subscribing on Twitch does. I thank you for that, but you certainly did not have to do that. Let's read it here. You read the proclamation aloud, and several people nearby begin to grumble. Mobile sub. And okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. That's like, stop that mumbling. Listens to your words and eventually agrees to obey the king. Alright, where else we gotta go? There's somebody else here somewhere. There he is. At least I think that is. You know, doing this on multi-stream, it's hard to tell, but I think the little thing that was bouncing there was a Twitch. Was that a Twitch or was that a Twitter? Hold on, that wasn't a Twitch one, was it? That was a YouTube. It was a YouTube, I think it was. Okay, so you didn't spend money. Good. I'm glad. I don't want y'all to spend your money. Cohen agrees to leave Edoras. Good. You've done good choosing what the king said to do and was smart to do in the first place. That's the thing, is whenever it pops up stuff on my screen and I'm multi-streaming on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube all at the same time, I have to try to figure out which icon is which, because it doesn't really just say YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. It's got the icon, and I'm trying to figure out which icon was that I just saw. I never subscribed on Twitch. You have YouTube sub follows showing up on Twitch. Okay, cool. That's what it is. Awesome. Yeah, I've had some people in the past that subscribed and stuff on Twitch, and I'm like, don't do that. Don't waste your money on me. Let the you know, if they're going to pay me something, let them pay me because of advertisers. I don't want y'all spending your money. And I should point out, when I say pay me, oh boy, that is a misnomer right there. On Twitch, basically what it boils down to is whenever you get up to $50, they finally send you your $50. And it takes quite a while. If you're not a big time streamer, it takes a long time. So no, I don't do this to make money. I program for a company in the real world. That's how I make money. I stream for fun. But I ain't going to turn down a $50 once in a lifetime, you know, from Twitch. Let's see here.
It will be some time before all the people are ready to leave, but this is a start.
It will be sometime blah blah blah, but every journey must begin with preparation, especially one as important as this. Alright, so we're going to get some gloves. They are an upgrade, so let's go ahead and take them and put them
has
on.
fled the city, but I believe some of his allies remain.
There are still so many tasks we must see to completion before the people are ready to leave Aris. But something worries at the back of my mind and divides my attention. Hey, another follow. Thank you for that, Vacus. Love your content. Joining next stream with friends. Add me on Discord. Well, that's awesome. Okay. Where was I at here? But something worries at the back of my mind and divides my attention. When you searched Grima's chambers with Hama, you told my uncle that the room was already in disarray, as if it had been searched before you arrived. Why would Grima leave his chamber in such a state? If he was seeking something specific, surely he would know where to find it. No, I think his room was searched by someone entangled deeply within his schemes. Grima has fled the city, but it is my belief that this ally, at least, remains. Among the papers you collected was the cryptic phrase, "No mere wit, he," and a number of other writings. I do not know what they mean, but mention is made of a number of locations throughout Edris. Go to some of these and see if you can find a sign of Grima's friends or allies. Okay, so let's take a look at our map here. We've got some stuff over here at the gate and over here and at this one. All right, we've got a few places to go check. Drinking Folgers, by the way, just straight Folgers, nothing added to it, drinking it the way God intended. People play ads at the wrong times. You'll never get paid if you have less than 100 watching. So not sure why Twitch streams which less than that play ads. I know. Yeah. What they try to do is, and I've tried to play the game with Twitch, you know, all the things that they say you have to do, and it just doesn't matter. But they try to do it to where that when you first come in, it plays an advertisement. And I have this button on their little thing there that I can hit every once in a while to force a 1-minute commercial ad, which I never use. And if I do that, then it makes it to where that, like, for 15 minutes or 20, I can't remember how long it is, when people join the stream, they don't get forced to watch an advertisement. And then when that time comes up, then when people join later, they do have to watch the advertisement. It's all one big game. I tried to do what they said to do at first when I got all that, and I decided, you know, it's just not worth it. Just let Twitch do its stuff that it does and, you know, move on. Strombeck is scorched as if it was set on fire. Hey, there's somebody that's wanting to fight me. Alright, well, let's give you a lightning to the head. And poof! That should just about do it. Leofing was an ally of Wormtongue, but are there others? Probably. Is there anything else I had to get from that? I have a problem. I have a lot of characters and tons of things to do in this game, but then I love motivation. Hey, look, every time you do that, she comes back to life. I think we'll do it one time and then we'll leave it alone. Anyway, then I love, but then I love motivation to play, lose motivation to play this game, and I feel like I want to start everything over again and do a new count. Yeah, okay, so that is the thing about this game. Very important, and I've ran into this a whole lot. There are 1,000,001 things to do in this game, and if you try to do them all, you're going to get severely burned out. The best thing to do if you're new to the game and you just want to play up a character and experience the game, and then really the game is very good for playing up multiple alts one at a time and stuff like that. You can play through it many times. The story is so varied, so large, so many side stories. You can take things that you didn't see the first time and keep doing that on alts. So if you just want to play up the game and get one character that's very far through the story or even at end game, the thing you want to do is follow the epic story. So the epic story is all of these epic quests, like this right here. They are basically the main storyline of the game. Those epic stories will take you to MMORPG term quest hubs, and those quest hubs will have tons of story and story arcs and side stories that you can play through, and that's the main way you get experiences, by doing quests. And they're great. The stories in the game are fantastic. but you don't have to. If you're playing up one character and you don't want to get lost like you're saying that's happening to you, follow the epic story. Only do so much of the side stories. Number one, do the ones you enjoy, but do enough to level yourself up, and then follow the epic story to the next quest hub, and keep following the epic story. That will move you through the game. And it gets particularly easy to get bogged down and lost and lose spirit in playing the game in Rise of Isengard expansion, and particularly this one right here, Riders of Rohan expansion, because there is a plethora of content in those two expansions. They got to a point where they're just like, blah, lots of great content, and it's really easy to get bogged down and feel like you're not progressing and that, you know, it's just never getting anywhere. Those are expansions that if you want to enjoy the story, do it all. No, nothing against that. If you want to keep progressing and not feel like you're not getting anywhere, follow the epic storyline like I'm doing right now with Lorundor. I'm following the epic story, not necessarily doing the side stories right now, so I want to keep moving along on the story. That'll get you there. Now, beyond that, this game has a lot of non-story stuff available that you can do, and it's fantastic. I love it all. There's two hobbies, birding and fishing. Birding will do nothing for you in the game other than just fun. That's all there is to it. I do it on most of my characters, but if you try to do it on every single character, you might get to the point where you're like, you know, feel like you're not getting anywhere. Fishing, very similar, but at the highest levels, you apparently, and I haven't done this yet, can fish valuable fish that's used in cooking by cooks that makes very good buff type food or something or another. So, I mean, there's a little something to that. But those are the side things you can do that you don't necessarily need to do, but it's fun. And collecting the different cosmetics and stuff to make different costumes, going to all of the seasonal events and stuff. I mean, there's a plethora of things to do in this game. But if you feel like you're getting lost, follow the epic storyline on one character and play that up, and that'll fix it for you, honestly. It's not like other MMOs where literally there's one thing to do. Level. There's way more to do in this game. Start over a secondary account that I was going to use for storage. Feels good, but time consuming starting over, absolutely. Just feeling that you can just use farm crafting to craft yourself from level 1 to 50 with 8 hours. You can do that. I've done 1 to 30 or something like that before, and then I felt like I had no idea what the character I was playing did, and it really made me want to start over. Mainly been grinder in this game. Feel like I have to change. It's just, you just got to choose what you want to do that's going to be fun for you. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. And I will tell you that playing the game with others is 100% more fun than playing by yourself. On whatever server you're playing on, try to find an active kinship with good, hearty, fun people that love to chat and stuff and hang out. That will bring more fun to you in the game than any other suggestion I could possibly give. On the Gladden server, just go ahead and pop that up there. That's where I am at. I run Lorebound Walkers, and we've got a fantastic group of people. A lot of fun. We've got some good officers. One in particular has become the air quotes event coordinator. She's going to put together a can I not go in there, or is it just lagged? I think it's lagged, but search locations. Is there not a location here? Maybe not. She's supposed to be putting together a I think an October Halloween event or something at our kinship house. I don't know. I haven't checked on it. She's in charge of it. So I mean, that's the kind of fun stuff that we're doing, and hanging out and just having fun chatting. Why can't I find what I'm supposed to be here for? I'm not so sure I'm supposed to be in here. Maybe it's outside. Gladden for the win, indeed. There's many good servers, though. Don't think you have to be on Gladden to have a good time. I wonder if it's around back. I think it is. I think it's over here somewhere. I was inside there and it didn't need to be. Oh, well, thank you, Finsmith. You're fantastic. These weapons are out of place. Why were they moved here? I don't know. Is there somebody that's going to attack me? No, apparently not. All right, let's go back and talk to Eowyn. And I will point out that, you know, as we already said, the game is over 16 years old. If you've come back to the game and you find that the server you're on seems like there's nobody there, don't let that make you think that the game is dead, because it's not. There are some dead servers out there. We had some people, in fact, Phelan and her husband, that came here and started over brand new from the server they were on, because their server was dead. It just happens over the years, you know. If it doesn't have enough people to keep it going, a server will die. So if you're on a server and it feels like the game is dead, trust me, it's not. You're just on a server that unfortunately most people have moved on from.
Found some of Grima's allies and defeated them? Good.
Those snakes would have caused trouble for us, especially once my uncle rides to Isengard. I hope that was all of them, Lorander. I still do not understand all the mysteries you uncovered in Grandma's chambers, but perhaps we have ended the schemes that were plotted there. My uncle and his riders are ready to depart. Alright, looks like we get a wrist item. It's a big upgrade, so we'll put that on real quick here.
My preparations continue, but my uncle's are complete.
Now he rides to Isengard into war. I will remain behind as he has commanded, but my thoughts will dwell upon him until his return. Enter the Golden Hall and see if he has further commands for those of us who will remain. Crick Hollow is very low. Yeah, Fernsmith, I was talking to him earlier. How many active players there in the game then, including server? I have no idea. There's no way for me to know the numbers for that. I know that in my kinship, and we're not a massive kinship, but if I check online status, we can see that I can scroll all the way through the first page and part the way down. Well, we'll include one day. About halfway down the second page of people that have been on within the last 24 hours. So, I mean, I have to go to, what, third, fourth? Yep, I have to go to the fourth page of my kinship to really see people that haven't been on in so long that you'd figure they're probably not coming back to the game. So, I mean, that's a lot of people for a small kinship that's active. And when you look at this, by the way, this is super early morning. We're most people won't play until afternoon or evenings. We're in mostly. I'm not going to say that we're all U.S. because we're not. We have somebody in the Philippines. We have people in. I remember there's somebody in Europe. We've got people all around times, but most of the people play in the U.S. Central Time Zone type area, Eastern to Pacific. So they would be on in the evenings, and right now it's like 8:33 a.m. here. What are you saying? A few thousand at any given time. The VIP legendary servers have thousands more than that play. Yeah, the two new legendary servers have been very, very popular. That would be the Angmar server, which is a US-based server, and Mordor server, which is a European-based server. All right, let's talk to Theoden.
The riders are ready to depart, as am I.
We will ride to Isengard and remind Saruman of what he has forgotten, that the Riddermark is not his for taking. It belongs to the Erlingus, who will refresh his memory with sword and spear. I know that Eowyn is unhappy with her charge, and she would be on the forefront of the battle if I allowed her to ride with us. It would console her little to know that it is not her safety I seek to ensure with my command, but that of my people. They need someone to lead them in my absence, someone to give them hope for better days to come. They need Eowyn to be strong, and I know she will be. Another spear at Isengard will avail us little. A shield at home may be the difference at the last. I am ready to ride. Let me know when you are ready to see us off. It is time, as he said.
Theoden King has mustered a force of more than 1,000 spears and prepares to ride for Isengard. Will he return to Edoras in this life?
Gandalf was right, Lorander. I have sat in the shadows of my hall for too long. It is good to breathe the clean air once more and to feel the breeze upon my face. Grandma's whisperings made me forget, but now the memory of good has returned to me, and in greater force than before. Walk with me a ways, Lorander. I have a request to make of you. We probably don't have to be on our war steed. That would make it too hard to just walk slowly with him. Let's get on our ordinary steed.
While I ride to Isengard, I would have you lend your aid to those who remain behind.
Our friend does not ride with us.
There are dangers both behind and ahead, Eomer.
I know you are needed elsewhere, Lorander. Still, I would feel more at ease if you rode with us. Yomer hesitates, and you can see him struggling with the weight of a decision. I do not want to add my own worries to those that already concern you, but if you find yourself in the Eastfold, perhaps you will cast an eye toward my own home. The town of Aldburg is my home when I am not in Edoras, and it is now left in the care of my steward, Arsil. It has been a long while since I returned to Aldburg, and I worry that the dangers that threaten the rest of the Mark may also affect my home. You need not go there in haste. Help my sister with her own task first, but it would ease my mind if I thought you might go to Aldburg afterward. You have my thanks, Lorander. We go up here and have a chat with Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli. There you are, Lorander. Did you not recognize me? Theoden gave us raiment of war from his own hoard. I prefer my own garb, but we ride now to war, and this shining mail will serve me better. Still, I appreciate the gift. The armor of this land is not made for dwarves, Lorander, but the king gave to me a shield bearing his device, a white horse on a green field. I am proud to bear it, but I am less pleased at the prospect of being borne by such a creature on the journey to Isengard. I have had enough of bouncing around on the back of such beast like a sack of meal. Eomer says that I may ride with him, and I have agreed to take him up on his offer as long as Legolas will ride beside us. Together we will teach young Eomer how mistaken he has been concerning the Lady of the Golden Wood. We will be good company, assuming he learns this lesson well and quickly. I understand your path leads elsewhere, Lorander, but still we may yet meet again. There are dangers aplenty in Rohan, and not enough good-hearted folk to defeat them. If only there were 2 of you, or 4, or 6. Aragorn laughs, and some of the riders nearby look at him curiously. Sounds of merriment are rare in these times, Lorander, and defeating Saruman will not change that. Gandalf is quick to remind me that the real foe lies east and not west. But if Rohan is to survive, we must do something about the enemy that is nearest. And we will. The host is assembled and ready to ride, Lorander, but there is one matter I would see resolved. Will you find Gleowen and bring him before me? There is still the matter of his punishment to be settled. Oh my. Where is Gleowen? There he is. Well, my friend, Theoden would like to have a word with you. The king has chosen this moment to reveal his punishment. I am prepared, Lorander. Whatever my king decides will be just.
I am ready.
Gleowan, do you know why I've called you before me?
I do, my king. My friends and I return to Aedoras against your direct command.
Why did you do this?
That is actually
We
a
did this
special
out of
emote.
love, my king.
I'll get to it in a second.
And fear. Love of the mark, and fear for its people.
I share this love, Gleowan, and this fear. But a king's word is law, and must be obeyed. You will not escape judgment.
That is just, my king. I submit to your will.
I ride to war. It is like to be my last riding. I need a minstrel by my side to record the deeds that await.
My king?
It will be your burden to witness my final days, if this be they, and record them in song.
You will return from the battle, my king.
That may be so. Do you accept my judgment?
I do, my king.
That's awesome. Before I continue on, basically this walking emote that you see here is what it is, basically, is an emote. There are different movement ones that they now have available. One is Whimsy, one is Merc, it's from Mirkwood, and one is Move Default. They were part of coffers. There was a Mirkwood coffer and there was a whimsical coffer that I'd bought in the past. When you are in the whimsical, and this is important, in whimsical move emote and you're walking, he will take on this particular stance where he walks like that, and when he stops, he holds his staff like that, like Gandalf does. If you are not in walking mode and you are in ordinary run mode, you run around skipping like Tom Bombadil. And it's cool and funny and all, but I don't really like running around like that. So what I do is whenever I want to do something epic in the storyline, I change over to walk mode, which for me is the insert key, and click the whimsical move. Now, to get out of all of that, you click the Move Default emote, and you're back to the normal that you always use. So that's how he does that thing where he's holding the staff like that. I really wish, and we asked Orion in a previous, it was Friday, he did a live stream. We asked Orion about that, about splitting these new emotes they have for movement into a walk and a run, or a move and a walk, and that would be fantastic. But I don't know that it's going to happen, because I would love to always have my walk animation be the whimsical, but my normal move to be just the default move. And right now that's not possible. You have to swap back and forth between the emotes. Alright, so let's get back into the story. It is done, Lorunder. Each of the three of you, Gleowan, Horn, and the man with whom I now speak, will serve Rohan in the ways for which you are best suited, and scrub away the black mark incurred by defying my command. Now it is time to depart. Aid my sister-daughter Eowyn as the people journey to Dunharrow, and wish us well in the battle. With good fortune we will overcome and put an end to Saruman's treacheries at long last.
Forth, Aerlingus.
Yes, the insert key will toggle you between walk mode and non-walk mode. But if I am in the ordinary default, he won't hold his staff like that when you're in walk mode. He just stands like that there. It is specifically the whimsical move that causes that to happen.
So they are gone. May they ride to victory.
It is now up to those of us who remain to carry out my uncle's will and the wishes of those who ride with him. I hope we are both up to the challenge, Loranda.
My uncle has commanded that I bring the people of Edoras to Dunharrow.
For that is a more defensible location than Edoras. Before we make our way there, we should send word to Harrowdale of the great number of people that soon will be arriving. Some have already made their way to Harrowdale, but more will be arriving soon from all corners of Kingstead. If you have time enough to spare, I ask that you travel northeast to the town of Entwade and ensure that the people there are prepared for what lies ahead. Afterwards, someone will need to travel to the Harrowdale. Eowyn pauses, and she seems to be weighing something carefully before speaking. The Lord of Harrowdale is Thane Dunhere, nephew of Erkenbrand, Lord of Helmsdeep in the West Fold. He is a mighty man, accomplished in battle, and most loyal to my uncle and the Mark. But he rode to defend the ford of the Eisen some weeks ago, and his wife now rules in his stead. She and I have never been friendly. Ellen Fremendon is, by most accounts, a kind woman, and just as her husband, but she and I are as different as the badger is to the noble steed. She will not be pleased to hear that I and the folk of Edoras will soon be sheltering at her hall, but she would be less pleased to hear the news from me. After you have helped the people at Entwade, travel to Underharrow, to the south, and give Ellen Fremenden this unpleasant news. There is little other choice, and you seem to be the best available messenger for these tidings, Lorander. Okie dokie.
I have need of your aid.
With my uncle Theoden bringing the war to Saruman, there remain a great many things to do in the West Emnet. To the east, the river fort of Entwade lies along the Entwash's shores, and has held the Wade for years innumerable. Thane Edric commands the post and holds but a few men in his service. The White Hand has pressed into the king's lands as of late, and the cost of losing the Wade would be unknowable. I have many matters to attend to in my uncle's stead, but I know this is a task for which your skills are suited. If you would aid me, I will have your steed readied for the journey at once. When you accept this quest, you will immediately travel to Entwade in Kingstead. Note, this quest will fail if you complete the In King's Wake before speaking to Thane Edric. Okay, we'll go check that out. Is the game any good? Let me think. Yes! The game is fantastic. The game is not good. The game is incredible. The game is so incredible. It is a 16-plus-year-old game and has some technology issues, so there is that. The server has lag issues a lot, and other times, like you can see me playing around here, and I have no issue at all. It's just fine. But is the game good? No, it is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And one of the main reasons it's so incredible is because the game is based off of really, really good stories. Really good stories. In other MMORPGs, especially new ones these days, all they care about is action and splashy graphics on the screen and stuff, and the story doesn't mean much. And then you get to a little bit older games, World of Warcraft and so forth, and they have stories, overarching stories, and they're, depends on who you are, whether you like them or not. Lord of the Rings Online is based off of incredibly good stories, and new stories based off of those for all the side quests and everything. And the people that write these stories at Standing Stone Games are fantastic. This is what MMORPG should be, and unfortunately, it is quite unique in the industry. The only thing I think that comes close and has a very Eastern Asian theming to it is Final Fantasy. FFXIV, FFXI, all of that. It's the only ones that really come close to the whole story-based MMORPG. Let's give a talk to Edric here. Actually, I want to check something. This says Securing the Wade. So this is a level 86 quest. It's not part of the epic line. And remember I said I want to... It's not that I don't want to do the story. I've done this story before. I'm trying to stick for this stream to the epic storyline, and I'm level 88. That quest, we will turn in his quest. Is
there are not enough curses in the world for the invaders of the lands of
there
Rohan.
We are. It's 86.
Invaders have wrought this
it's a little
misery
low
upon us.
It wouldn't be a problem to do it. It's just I don't want to get bogged down into it. That's why. Deed bestowed. That's good there. So what I am actually going to do is I need to go back to Edris, I believe. Is she to bring word to Ellen Fremden of Harrowdale? Okay, yeah. If you have helped the people of Entwade. Okay. So we don't have to help the people of Entwade. I want to help them. But technically I want to continue on with this, the epic story. So that's what I'm going to do.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
So we'll head back to Edris. This is what I was referring to earlier. I'll learn how to speak eventually. This is what I was referring to earlier about how in both Rise of Isengard and Rise of Rohan, this is Rise of Rohan expansion, there's a lot of content and you can very easily feel like you're not getting anywhere. So I'm continuing on the main epic story here instead of getting bogged down in a side story at Entwade back there. And it's good stories, don't get me wrong. I've done them before and I want to continue on. So that's why we're just going to pass it and keep going. That's the thing about the stories and the side stories and everything here, is that it's not like, I don't mean to put anybody down that plays World of Warcraft. I played it for many years. But the side stories, like you get out there and a goblin's telling you he needs you to go pick up poop and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a little bit of story there, but it's honestly, it's not a story. It's just fluff for the little quest that you happen to have at that moment. That's the big difference. A lot of it here is not fluff. There are some fluff, but not a ton of it is fluff. So while we are making our way back to Edris, back over here, we go ahead and re-mention, will sound like a broken record because that's what I am. Please on YouTube, hit the subscribe. If you would, leave me a like and a comment. Tell your friends, share with your friends and family. And over on Twitch and Twitter, please hit the follow. Again, also share with your friends and family. Let them know to come hang out with us every Saturday morning for about 3 to 4 hours every Saturday morning for Saturday Morning Lotro. And we started this week another session that's called Midweek Lotro. That's in the evenings and should generally be on Wednesday night. Didn't get to do it this Wednesday night because I had plans to go to a birthday party for a couple of friends. So we did it Thursday. But going forward, it should be Wednesday nights. So we'll have 2 big streams per week for Lord of the Rings Online. Midweek Lotro Wednesday evening, and Saturday morning Lotro, obviously Saturday mornings. We're almost back. I could have done the swift travel, but I kind of wanted to just let it go. See the beautiful land here. Oops. Oh my. We're almost back. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to, when we get up here, we're going to dismount and jump on our war steed and take the road to the right instead of going all the way into Edris because we don't need to. Go ahead and stop here. It's always hit and miss of whether I will have issues riding the war steed or not, because it is a very fast mount and the server sometimes has issues with that. So if you see me start rubber banding, you'll know what's going on, and that's when I jump off of it and get on the ordinary mount. When it works good, it is great. As you can tell, it is an absolutely massive world here in Lord of the Rings. Alright, we should be coming up on Hero's Glade, I believe it's called. Oh yeah, it's one of those side quests. We're going to avoid that and keep going to stay on the epic for now. Man, my sinuses. All year round. Alright, we have discovered Under Harrow. Was there a... there's Horn.
We have arrived. Now we must find Ellen Fremedon.
And hope that the tapestry of her that Eowyn wove for us was an exaggeration. I must confess that her distaste for the woman strikes me as rather strange. By all accounts, Ellen Fremedon has never spoken against the good of Rohan and has been nothing but loyal to the kingdom and to her husband Dunhere. Indeed, she is a minstrel of no small skill herself. I heard her play the fiddle once at Eorth several years ago. She made it sing in a way I've never heard before nor since. Still, make no mistake, these are unwelcome tidings we bring. Even the most reasonable lady will not be pleased to hear the news that many scores of folk are seeking shelter in her hall. Is there a stable master here? I'm not positive. I know there's a milestone. Let's take a look at our map. There's the stable master right there next to the milestone. So we'll go ahead and grab this stable master.
These are desperate times for the
And we'll set this milestone. Hello, we're wanting this thing, not that over there. What can we get rid of? We'll get rid of Forlaw and Wildermore. Replace that. And, oh, here she is now. Ellen Fremedon.
Your tidings are over late, bringer of ill news.
Ever since early this morn, ragged folk have been pouring into Underharrow, bringing hungry mouths and sad tales. I will not close my gates to them, for the word of Theoden King is law, and Dunhere, my husband, would be wroth were I to disobey the Lord of the Mark. I will do my duty, but Eowyn cannot expect me to be pleased about sheltering so many. You, perhaps, can provide some help to me in return for this hospitality. The blacksmith Ordwald is forging weapons and armor by his home to the south. Go to him and carry the heavy barrels of swords, armor, and spears back to me. Okie dokie. We got some chores to do for Ellen. Where's he at? He's that way. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Let's grab our ordinary mount and head out. It's got a blacksmith thing over here across the across the bridge, I believe. Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just going to carry these away. Nothing like doing some chores. Pick up a barrel of armor from outside the Owen's shop. Well, okay, I'll be right back. I think I can just go straight up here. I was just looking at the... It's kind of interesting the way that they have that going. You can see there's like handles or something on it, on either side. I mean, I guess so. It just seems odd. I don't think I've ever seen a barrel like that. With big old handles on each side of it. Barrel of spears. For the love... My gosh, lady, come on. Don't get me wrong, it's better than collecting 4 hooves and having to kill 20 antelope to get 4 of them. Another game you may have played before. But still, this is kind of busy work right here. You gotta be kidding. Somebody in world chat just said some hacker just asked them to give them their social security number. Don't... Why would... Nobody would ask you for that. Never fall for that. Alright, looks like we finally finished our busy work.
I see the question in your eyes.
Why have you told to bring these barrels here? Why does the sweat so sting your eyes? What good has it done to carry these weapons and armor to me where they will stay? The Lady of Harrowdale's eyes are angry embers as she springs her trap. It has done no good, Lorander. By gift of birth, Eowyn commands some little measure of respect, and I give it to her, but she has sent only trouble to Harrowdale. Do you see these swords and spears? Do you see this armor? She has sent to me townsfolk and children, the aged and the infirm. She has sent no warriors. She has sent no one to wield the bright blade or brandish the sharp spear. These folk will die just as easily here as at Edders. There's no purpose to this migration. If my husband falls and those who ride with the king are defeated, there is no safety in all of Rohan. This is the cause of my reproach, Lorander. Eowyn plays at war, as she always has, but there are women in Rohan who truly know what is at stake. I am one of those.
Enough words. I've spoken plainly and I have nothing more to say.
What? Aw, that's sad. Anyway, enough words. I have spoken plainly and have nothing more to say. She is very angry. Alright, so we need to go talk to Horn. I believe Horn is down this way. Back where we left him. Yeah, he's still down there. That's funny, though. It took my very soul. It was in answer to the question of, is the game any good? What is that? That person should look up dead famous people's social security numbers and give that instead. That's actually funny. I hadn't thought about that. I may have to keep a list.
I did not think to find Ellen Fremedon so cold. We should aid her, if we can.
No one save the forces of Saruman are to blame for the unenviable situation in which we find ourselves, but I understand her frustration. We should aid her if we can. I spoke with some of the folk of Underharrow while you were recovering equipment from the blacksmith, and they told me a group of orcs and wargs have threatened the peace of Dunharrow. The townsfolk have been used to these foes lurking in the mountains, but of late they have journeyed too near to the towns for comfort. Dealing with these creatures will allow us to send 2 messages, one no less important than the other. The first will serve as warning to the orcs that Harrowdale is not theirs for the taking. The second message is for Ellen Fremedon, telling her that she does not stand alone, her worries are ours, and she need not give up the hope of survival. Let us defeat orcs and wargs in Harrowdale, Lorunder, collecting tokens from each so we may send these 2 messages. I also wish to see the Dark Door of Dunharrow. I will meet you near it, for only few would speak of it, and then only in whispers. It fills me with curiosity. So we need to collect orc sigils and warg teeth, and then talk to Horn in front of the Dark Door. Alright, so let's take a look at our map. It's going to be all of this area out here, and then the Dark Door is way over here. So let's go kill some wargs and orcs. Orcs and orcs, oh my. Are we ready to get our staff dirty with the blood of orcs and wargs? I think so, but it won't be that way because we're going to nuke them with lightning and catch them on fire from a distance, and there will be no blood given to us. Ban that bot. What is it? Is there a bot up there? I didn't see it. I don't see it. Let me switch back to Twitch. Maybe it's... Oh! How come those messages aren't coming over to the other thing? Yep, it did. It only showed it over here. Yeah, best viewers on stupid crap. Why did that not get caught? That's usually caught. Usually it says best on, then it's like star, star, star. That annoys me that it actually put that on there. He is gone, the bot. Be damned, we will not listen to your crap. Thank you for noticing that, Sir Spoony. I appreciate it. It really irks me that it allowed it to say the whole thing that time. Usually that is not the case. Oh, we're passing up the orcs and wargs. Victory indeed. They come by all the time. Every single stream I have, there's at least one that shows up and says, best viewers on so-and-so. If you gotta pay people to have bots to come watch your videos, then maybe you should rethink streaming. Maybe that's not for you, is my theory. Where's the orcs that should be out here? There's a kid there. There's a goat. Hey, there's a bad guy. Have some lightning. And a little bit of fire. Alright, we got a new deed. That's Orc Slayer in West Emnet. Go ahead and get this going. I don't have, do I not have any coffee? In-game, I should say. The answer is no. Apparently, I do not. It's interesting, though, that the multi-stream chat is showing me everything from the different chats, but is not showing me the bot messages. So I have to go back and forth between them to make sure to kill them off. What is across the way over here? There's a thing over here as well. That's intriguing. Is it right across? Yeah. Yeah, we'll just swim. We'll just walk. It's not even deep. You know what we should do? We should get our pets out. There we are. Got our critters. There they are. So what was over here? This should be like right here. I got a feeling this is a misnomer that it's showing this spot. I don't see anything. Let's get on our map. Yeah, there's nothing here. I think we're going to find plenty of them up towards that door that we're headed towards, so we're just going to head that way. And if we don't, we'll kill them when we get back down this way. Damn. Would it be great one of these years to not have sinus issues? It'd be so fantastic. Y'all see the large trolls in the turned to stone. That's pretty awesome. I'm assuming that's what that is. Going up the switchback. We were way down there before. The sense of scale in Lord of the Rings Online is fantastic. See if there's any baddies out here. I think that's what that little thing that we're seeing is. It's where somebody could be. Doesn't mean that they're there. Like there was one right back there and there's nobody there. Let's go ahead and get off this mount, get onto our fast mount, see if we can get across here quicker. Keep an eye out for bad people as we go. Like that right there, a warg. Perfect. Get a warg slayer deed now. For West Eminent. Perfect. We got any more around here? Take a quick pass through this little area to see if any more pop up. Yeah, right there. One more. Just one more. We have to pick it up on our way back through if they're not up right now. Checking my mini-map because they'll show up as a little red dot if they're out here. But I don't see any. So we're going to continue on over here. There's the path we need to get to is right over that way. I'm going to skirt this area out here though, just in case another one pops up. Nope. Alright, so this is our path. Oh, I see red dots. Bingo. Alright, we got enough of them, but I'm going to slaughter these others just for the heck of it. You know, if they wouldn't take time to sit there and go, woo, they could actually be attacking me, but, you know, They're stupid wargs. Hey, there's the orc we need. We need some more of those, and I see some over here, so let's go ahead and do that. I just realized I have a flower in my offhand. By golly, I do have a flower in my offhand. Didn't even know it. Alright, when you go up here and talk to Horn. You have discovered Dimholt. It's getting dark and eerie now.
That is the Dark Door, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk.
My heart is heavy with dread, but so too is it filled with a sense of wonder. That is the Dark Door, Lorunder, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk. You must know the story of Isildur and the men of the mountain, and better even than I, for you have journeyed with the Dunedain. Aragorn is the first of that line I have met, and then only briefly. He strikes me as a most unusual man. We were not long in Edoras together, but I did mark him to be skilled with words. Perhaps in time of peace he could delight the ear with tales of his people, and may yet before all is done. I would ask for a different tale than that which concerns Isildur and the Oathbreakers, perhaps something with joy in it. For now, let us move away from the Dark Door. I am glad to have seen it, but I will be gladder still to leave it behind us. Okay, so we need to head back to Ellen Fremeden. She is in Harrowsdale over here, or Under Harrow, I mean, and we set that as a milestone, so let's go ahead and use it. Under Harrow, there we are. That'll get us back there quickly. There she is.
What are these? What have you brought me? Are these teeth?
Her expression changes from disgust to admiration as you recount your battles against the orcs and wargs in Harrowdale. I didn't ask you to do this. I offered no reward. Yet still you campaigned against the creatures on my behalf. I do not know what to say, Lorunder. After my husband Dunhere rode to fight alongside his king, I believed no one would give a thought to the troubles of Harrowdale. And yet you did. Thank you, Lorunder. I hope you did not take offense earlier. I spoke from a place of despair, but you have given me reason to hope. If there are more lore masters like you in this land, perhaps Harrowdale will yet be made safe for the folk of Edoras, if the battle for Rohan ends not in victory. Alright, talk to Horn. He's back down here at his usual spot, it would appear.
We have delivered the message. It is now time to move on to the next stage of our duty.
Horn listens with amusement as you recount Ellen Fremeden's grateful acknowledgement of the help you provided to her people. Are you surprised by the Lady of Harrowdale's transformation? You should not be. There is no more certain way to attain the friendship of a ruler than by helping ease the problems of the ruled. We are, all of us, on the same side now. Only Saruman gains to profit if we squabble among ourselves. We have delivered the message and we have somewhat eased its sting. It is time to move on to the next stage of our duty. So we're going to get a cloak here. And that's right, I have a special cloak item. And now that I look at it, yep, that only worked up to level 85, and I'm level 88 now, so I can actually get rid of this. Unfortunately, it's bound to Lurunder, so I can't put it on any of my other characters on the same server. That's slightly annoying. That was something I bought a long time ago from the store. And the thing was that it gave 25% extra to XP, to all my experience, up until level 85. Mount and legendary item experience bonuses will not stack with other equipped item XP bonuses, so item provides diminished statistical benefit after level 85. So now it's no longer beneficial for me to have that back item on. So we will actually use the cloak that we get here this time. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay. How can it be dyed? Alright. It's not of my liking, but we want the stats, so we'll take that.
Eomer wished for us to travel to the home he left behind.
And we've got this item here that is not going to be good for anything. I just want to check something. No, you can't break it down. And we will go ahead and put that into our vault just for safekeeping. No big reason, just keeping it there. We can't use it anymore. We've done as Eowyn asked, and now we should fulfill our obligation to her brother as well. Eomer wished for us to travel to the home he left behind, that we may see how it fares sorry, in his absence. That home is Aldburg, in the Eastfold. It was once the seat of power in Rohan before the king took up residence in Edoras. Now it is the home of Eomer, and it is natural for his mind to dwell on its well-being. He spoke of Arsel, its steward, as a man of good motive but of short reach to accomplish such lofty aims. Perhaps when we arrive we will see that Arsel has exceeded his master's expectations. Alright, so let's head off to that area. It's odd that the music keeps playing from the door that we were at up there. Usually things like that don't happen. The audio engineers are absolutely incredible here in Lord of the Rings Online, so that's a little bit odd that it keeps on playing. Hopefully that'll change when we get to our next area. Otherwise we'll log out and back in. Okay, so we're headed over here to the Eastfold, down to Aldburg. Ah, yes, I remember Aldburg now. Ah, yes. So, Kingstead, we need to take Edoras and then down around. We'll go ahead and jump on our fast mount and head out. Let's see who all's online. Not a whole lot. Again, still early in the morning. But Creeper is online, Fernsmith, and myself. Actually, I want to do something. I haven't changed the look of his steed in a very long time. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Appearance. What kind of dressage do we want to go with? That one's kind of nice. That's the one I currently have. Oh yeah, kind of a battle-ready look there. Let's go with that, and then let's see, for the area back here, that's kind of interesting. It's a decent one. And then we got our whimsical, which is cool, but is not appropriate when you're fighting a major war. It just doesn't look right. I think I'm going to either go with that or that. I think the flag would get in my way of seeing what's going on, so I'm gonna go with that. And then for the front portion, that's probably what we're going to go with. It matches. Ooh, that's not bad either. That's actually really good. the whimsical. Okay, so I like that one. And then the only thing we have, I'm sorry, is just that one for the hide. And what about his leggings? I'm not a big fan of the big, you know, armor looking ones that they put on. Those really don't do it for me. The bulky ones like that, I'm not into that. The whimsical is actually kind of cool. Oh, there it serves a purpose. It looks like I'm going into war, so we'll use that. And the saddle. It's a good saddle. That's actually a really good one as well. Setting a little far forward for that saddle. I think we'll go with that one. Let me see what else there is, though, real quick. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. And then the tail. Just want something simple. I think we're going to go with this. Very simple. Apply that. And we're good to go. Make sure we don't have any bots talking over here. Nope, that's all good. I think that matches better his whole "we're at war" theme thing, and I think that looks really good. I like the the whimsical one when I'm just doing some stuff, you know, like going around doing birding, fishing, and, you know, hanging out, crafting, and so forth. That one's kind of fun with the little cat in the basket back there. Alright, so we're going to follow this around to the right and head over to Aldsburg in the East Fold. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. You know what I'm thinking about? I think there is another thing of biscuits in the fridge in there. I'm thinking about going and throwing those in the oven. I'm a little hungry. I don't eat breakfast a whole lot. I've changed that over the years. But every once in a while I get a hankering for some breakfast. Right now I got a hankering. I wish I had some bacon, but we don't. The problem is, you know, if I don't eat breakfast a whole lot, which is why I stopped buying bacon, because I love bacon. The reason I stopped buying bacon was because I'm not eating breakfast much anymore, and it just goes to waste. You know, I use it the one time, and then it goes to waste. See how he just shot across there? That was the server lagging. That's what happens with the war steeds when the server starts lagging. We may start rubber banding the way he's going right now. But yeah, it becomes a waste, and these days things are too expensive to have that kind of waste. You just can't deal with that. Is it to the right? Yes. I mean, when I buy bacon, I buy the thickest cut that they have. I think it's by Wright, and it's Applewood, I think it is. It's incredibly good, but like a big package of it is at like Sam's would be like $18. Last time I checked, $18, and maybe higher now. Everything's just getting more and more expensive. And then you cut that package in two, because it comes two packages, and put one in the freezer and get the other one out in the fridge. and use that. Well, then, so you think about it, it's like $9 or something like that for that package, and I use it one time, maybe 2 times, and then by the next time that I get around to using it, it's ruined. So, you know, therefore, no bacon in the house. But I think there's biscuits, and I may go throw those in the oven here in a moment. We're getting close to Aldburg. Again, massive world. And notice it's not like other MMOs where every bit of the land you go across is just peppered with mobs just walking around in a stupid, you know, crisscross checkerboard fashion. It actually has purpose. The land feels real. Again, if you just jumped in on the stream, this is Lord of the Rings Online. People refer to it as Lotro. It's been around for over 6 years. You can head over to lotro.com, create an account, download the game, and play through 95 levels of content for free. It's an extremely good game. It's ran by Standing Stone Games, is who's developing it at the current time. To me, it's the best MMORPG on the market. And nobody around here has said otherwise. Right, Jack? Jack agrees. So it is a thing. So go ahead over there, grab the game, get in and play with us. If you want to, you can play with us on the Gladden server. That's where we are. We are the Lorebound Walkers. I run the Lorebound Walkers kinship. That is, kinship is what a guild is in this game. And also head over to Ferone.com, look for the Discord server link. You can jump on our Discord server, chat with us, go into the introductions area under Lotro, and introduce yourself, and we'll get you access and get in the kinship and come have some fun. Over on YouTube, please hit the subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers on Twitch and Twitter. Please hit the follow and share it with your friends and family. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's have talk with whom we need to talk with. It looks like the epic line is going to be up here, so we'll go ahead on up. There it is. Okay, there's Horn.
We have arrived at Eomir's home of Aldburg. It looks...
Well, the sound is still not gone away. I've got to fix that, guys. That's driving me batty. Let's go back to the character select and we'll come back in. I don't know why that one is just like decided it's never going to stop. Usually don't have that effect in this game. But in this case, it isn't going away, so we're going to get rid of it. If you catch me on midweek Lotro Wednesday nights, you'll probably see me playing Lorandon, my level 115 human champion. He is incredibly fun. He's out in the Mordor expansion right now, which is past where we're at now. Lorunder, my 88 human lore master that I'm playing, is in the Riders of Rohan expansion. I hear my brother in the background. I hear ding, ding, ding. He's playing EverQuest. That's his game. I played EverQuest for over 2 decades, and it just got to the point to where it just bores the living crap out of me. I can't take it anymore. I still like the game, and I think it's because of nostalgia, but I cannot sit around and play it anymore. I can't. I got friends that swear by it, so, you know, I understand.
We have arrived at Eomir's home of Aldburg. It looks... well...
Horn looks around, and his normally diplomatic and open face is uncharacteristically clouded with disappointment. Excuse me. Let's see. I have never been to Aldburg before, but it does not appear as I have always pictured it. The walls are crumbling, and the buildings have fallen into disrepair. I do not think the town was in this state when Eomer left for Edoras. Let us walk through the city and see if my first impression is mistaken. Let me see something. Somebody's asking something. Alright, so let's see. We're going to go hit a couple of different spots up here. It's going to give us some sort of updates. And we'll grab the milestone. And almost forgot. We just went by it, didn't we? Where is the stable? There it is. Stable Master. I'm going to grab the Stable Master. This is like in World of Warcraft how you have the flight paths and stuff. That's what Stable Masters are.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
The building is in poor repair and seems near to falling down.
Oldberg has seen better days, friend.
If Eomer was here, he would do something about it, but he is away helping Theoden King with more serious problems. I cannot put the well-being of my home over that of the kingdom. It may seem more pressing to me, but I know what is really at stake. Still, I wish Ursel would do something about these buildings. A stiff breeze might be enough to knock several of them down, and then where will we be? Understood. Understood. I can totally agree with you on that, and maybe we can help you. First, let's go see what's going on with this other location. It should be... there it is. Okay. This building is in very poor repair.
There is work to be done here.
Can you wield a mallet? Can you set timbers? For those are the abilities we need in Aldburg. Our buildings are falling apart around our ears, and none of the craftsmen will listen to Arsel's words of admonishment. His father would knock them into line, but alas, Arkenbert is now gone, and the strength of will does not seem to have passed from father to son. Eomer would set things aright, but he is busy with the troubles in the wider land, and none here fault him for that. He is the treasure of the Eastfold, and we will not deprive the kingdom of our greatest son. Okay, so with that, we need to go talk to Arsel. See what I mean about the sound? I knew that Doom and Gloom music I was playing over and over was not right for this area. It just got stuck, that's all. We just had to go fix it.
Do you bring word from Edoras? Is Eomer preparing to return?
Ah, welcome to Aldburg, Lorander. Do you bring word from Edoras? Is Eomer preparing to return? You give Arsel the news that Eomer is riding to war with the king and will not return to the Eastfold until the battle is done. His face falls. Those are poor tidings. I have done my best to keep his city for him, but the people do not listen to my commands, and I fear that I have been a poor steward in his absence. Why? Just today I sent a group of craftsmen to repair the outside walls, but they have not returned, and I have heard rumor they drink and feast instead of doing their work. If you can inspire them to work, feel free to make them the attempt. You will find them outside the walls, southeast of the town. I'll go have a word with them. I think a little bit of lightning to the head and some fire to the butt will probably get them back to work. Alright, so they're back around this way, it appears. Let's get on our ordinary mount and we can get there a little bit faster. Well, this place really is in disarray. The bushes and everything needs to be cleaned up. I think we found them. They're dancing around like fools.
You think you can end my merriment?
Why are you frowning at me? There's cheer enough to go around. The work can wait, but the beer will not last. The boorish worker stops smiling and narrows his eyes. You say Arsel wants us to work. Pah! Think you could end my merriment? I would like to see you try, knave. Well, hold my L. Here's a little lightning. There you go. You're going to go back to work now? I think you're going back to work. Yeah. Have a nice day. How about you? Oh, gotta take care of this warband real quick.
Look at this
Well,
one,
first let's
boys.
fix this. Grab a tankard and a crust, friend. Give us up the tell or three, and we will raise a cup if it be good. The smile drains from his face. Oh, I see how it is. You're here to get us working. I say we make Arsel do the labor, or maybe have you do it. We'll do it when we're good and ready. You have trouble hearing me, friend? Maybe you'll hear this. Well, I think you're going to feel this here in a second. And lightning to the head, followed with some flames. That's right. You get back to work. Sorry, a lot of them. Alright, we're going to accept this warband and then go in here and click on it and untrack it because it'll just keep giving it to me. You have encountered Felljaw. Well, that's nice. We need to go back and talk to Aldberg. I'm sorry, Arsel. Where is the actual entry to this place? I just jumped over a spot that was broken, but where's the entry? Here it is. Alright. Now we know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! Anybody? Anybody remember that? Is it just me because I'm old? Okay, it's probably just me. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to do the biscuits. Before I go talk to him, I'm going to go start breakfast. Give me about 5 minutes, maybe less. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I've got the oven heating up, so I've got to listen for it to go beep, 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 and then I can put the biscuits in to cook for about 16 minutes or so. What we got going on here? Ah. Alrighty, so let's go have a chat with Arcel. What do we got here, by the way? Deed bestowed. It doesn't tell me which deed it is. That always irks me. Alright, Arcel.
You succeeded. I'm surprised and impressed.
You managed to get the craftsman back to work. Perhaps there is hope yet for the restoration of Aldberg. We're going to get new shoulder pads. Lower will, but tactical mastery rating is pretty good. So let's see what they look like just for the heck of it. Yeah. Finish.
Go out into the Everholt and look for this missing wagon.
You have proven yourself an able motivator, Lorender, I'm sorry, and I wish to make use of that skill once again. A number of workers took a horse and wagon into the Everholt and have not returned. They plan to retrieve timber from the woods with which to reinforce some of the buildings of Aldberg, but now I am not certain. You may be able to follow the sound of feasting and the singing of songs. Go out to the Everholt, if you will, and look for these workers in their wagon. Convince them to do the work they agreed to do, as you did with the workers outside the walls. With good fortune, we may restore Aldberg before Aylmer returns from the war. Alright, so let's go do that. What are these? Ah, somebody in my kinship is making those. That's nice. Let's see. Over here. Wonder, I remember this before I had something like that. I think you can get right through here. Not positive, but we're going to find out. Should I go out this? Yeah, the side one over here. Okay, so it should be in this direction. It's my theory. It's my theory and I'm sticking with it. Probably make my way up through here. I wonder, am I high enough to be able... Oh, that wasn't what I thought that was. I saw the name peeking over the... bushes, and I thought maybe it was a mining thing. Yeah, I like training. I don't have that. What is my guy? Oh, it's lagged. There we are. Scholar, Forester, Tailor. Okay, so he could pick up wood if it's available. Yeah, all the way down there. So yeah, he can pick up wood. Let me go ahead and turn tracking for that on. Do I not have it there? Well, that's interesting. Track wood right there. I need to collect some wood, honestly, for my champion. He didn't keep up with it, and he's behind now. So, all right. Oh, that's not wood. Man, I'm messing up bad. All right, we're getting close to where I think we're supposed to be over here. There's another warband. Raid level warband. Hit accept. Click this. Untrack. And moving on. Actually, now that I think about it, if I was killing these boars, I'd be getting skins that I can use for getting forestry up as well on my champion. So we're going to drop off of our mount and be sure to kill these as we go through. And there's some wood right there, walnut branches. Love the music. Cannot praise the sound engineers of Lord of the Rings Online enough. They're so fantastic. And the art team too. It's amazing the talent on this game. Alright, we missed it. It's back this way somewhere. Should it be? My God, how many times am I going to miss this? It's right there. Okay, there's the wagon. I see it now. The wagon is abandoned and there are signs of a struggle. Tracks lead south. South would be that way. I was defeated by the tree stump while I was looking at my map. I'll learn how to speak eventually. We got an alert down here. Let's see what it is. Deed bestowed. Defeat boars and bears in the West Eminence. It's a Slayer deed. Those are the kind of things I usually come back and do later on when I'm trying to fill out my virtues. And again, I passed it. I'm doing a great job at getting to where I'm going. Ah, okay, so there's a cave here.
We have tracked the orcs to the cave of Berg Shapur, but will we find the captive craftsman in time?
I don't know, but we're going to try. This way, Lorander, and hurry. The captured craftsman may not have much time. Look, dead orcs. I cannot tell if these orcs were slain by their own kind or by some unknown friend. Can you hear that? I hear orcs approaching, Lorander, not from ahead or of us, but from behind. I will stay here to delay their approach, but you should press on into the cave to see what has become of the missing craftsman. Perhaps one of them has escaped, and we have him to thank for the dead orcs we have seen already, but even so, they are all likely still in danger. Go, and quickly. This chamber contains more dead orcs, but no sign of the missing craftsman. I feel like the oven should have beeped by now. I'll give it another 5 minutes, then I'm gonna go check on it because it should. I would have thought it would heat it up by now. You hear raised voices from further ahead, but cannot make out any of the words. Ah, I just heard it beep. All right, I'll be right back, everybody. Alright, I am back. I threw the biscuits into the oven in 16 minutes. Let me go ahead and set that. I just thought, why Why is my watch deciding not to work with me? In 16 minutes we will... Anyway, in 16 minutes we'll go check on them. You have found a chamber of cages and some old friends. Hey, it's Nona and Corridon. I will tell you the story of how Corridon and I came to be here, Lorander, but not just now. Let the tale wait until we are in the sunlight again. We have slain many orcs to free these people, but the woods crawled with more of their kind, and we should not tarry here. Is Horn here with you? Yes, he is. It is good to see you again, Lorander. We thought to find you in Edoras, but on the way we found an overturned wagon in sign of struggle, and thought to look for these folk. I am glad we did, for today we have saved some lives. These orcs were ferocious. It is fortunate that most of the creatures were away when Nona and I entered the cave. All of you stay behind us. Someone approaches, or so many. Bad guys. It won't let me use my ability. That's weird. Why is that not allowed? Sweeps the staff, distracts surrounding foes. Hold on a second. Sometimes this bugs and I don't know why. Staff sweep. It's right there. I'm going to take it off my bar. Put it back on my bar. Missing or incorrect weapon for that skill. I do believe I have a staff on. Is there a reason I can't use the staff? Is it this flower thing I have? It literally was the flower. I'll be. Interesting. This was a pleasant surprise, Lorander. Now let us return to town and see what tale Nona and Corridon have to share. We are all back together again, and let the foes of Rohan
Tell
beware.
Arthur what we have accomplished. Then we should return to Edoras.
After we report to Arsel, we should return to Edoras. We have done as we promised for both Eowyn and Eomer, but there is sure to be more we can do for the people of the Mark. But first, let us tell Arsel what happened to the workers that went missing in the Everholt.
It is good to see you again. It was a happy meeting.
I can think of no better way to meet up with friends than to see them again in the thick of battle. It was a happy meeting. Corridon and I made the journey to Forlaw with my recovered friends from Wildermore. Some families in Forlaw have opened their doors to them until my friends can find places of their own. We then rode to the river, and it was here that pride gave way to good sense. Rather than upset the guard at the crossing, Corridon suggested that we find another place to cross the river. It was not difficult. We planned to travel to the king's seat there to seek you and Horn, but before we left the forest we heard the cries of orcs and diverted our course to follow them. You know the rest. Alright, now we gotta go talk to... Oh, Corridon. Where's Corridon at? Oh, there he is.
It is good to see you again.
We would have rescued those people without incident, Lorander, but I am glad you appeared when you did in any event. Nona and I crossed the Entwash at the narrows south of the guarded crossing. I thought it the wisest course, and did not want to put Hunbald. I can't read. I'm like trying to read and looking at other words. I would just read the next word. I don't know why I have trouble with that. Did not want to put Hunbald in an unfortunate position regarding his orders. Nona would have put him in an unfortunate position as well, under the ground. I thought it might be best to avoid the Entwade altogether. That is what brought us to the Everholt, where I heard the orc attack in the woods. We followed them into the cave, and that is where you entered the tell. It is good to see you again. Okay, now we need to go talk to Arsel.
I cannot thank you and your friends enough.
Wilmund and Torwolf just left the hall, and they spoke at length of your actions on their behalf, Lorander. They and I cannot thank you and your friends enough. We get a ring. We're definitely going to take it and replace the other low-level one that we have.
You return now to Edoras. Go, with my good wishes.
There we are. Alright. I cannot thank you enough for all you have done. You have aided Alberg and its people in ways I was unable to do myself, but I should not be surprised at your ability. After all, Ymir did send you to assist me. Ymir possesses wisdom far beyond his years, and he uses it not just on the field of battle, but in times of peace as well. There have been fewer of those in recent memory, alas. You return now to Edoras? Go with my good wishes, and may you help the folk there as you help the people of Alberg. Alright, so now we need to talk to Horn by the barrels outside Edoras in Kingstead. Let me check something real quick. Whoops, I gotta get out of here before I can check the map on that. Alright, so... yeah, he wants me to meet him out there. So there's nothing back along the way that I need to really worry about. We're going to use fast travel to get there. This will get us to Edoras. Because we have that milestone. So we'll just use it real quick. Another 10-ish minutes, maybe 9 minutes, and the biscuits will be done. Hey, look, there's Gandalf. What's Gandalf got going on? Hello there, Lorander. It is good to speak with you again. However, the circumstances could be better. Though Ymir has been freed already, word has not made its way to the Eastfold, where he is Reeve. The people, I am sure, would be pleased to hear it, and the news could bolster their spirits. Ride to the former capital of Rohan, Alberg. We just came from there. Give the people the news. While you are there, be sure to lend a hand. I fear the Eastfold will be vulnerable with most of their men heading west. Beware, though, the road to Alberg may be dangerous in these days. Look for danger along the road. Okay, so it's a side quest on the way there, and I would normally take it, but we're beyond that already, and I'm following the epic on this character at the moment. So, going to go against my inner being is like, you can't not do something for Gandalf, but I'm going to have to. It's going to be rough. Anyway. So we're going to head out here to speak with Horn and continue the epic story. He wasn't that far out.
Speak with me when you are ready.
We have come once again to Edoras, this time in the company of both Corridon and Nona. Are you ready to walk through the streets and speak once more to Eowyn? Let me know if you are prepared. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere, and we must remain alert.
Let us remain alert. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere.
Are you ready? Let us remain alert. Allies of Grima Wormtongue could be anywhere. Do not think that we cleansed the city of them when last we were here.
We have returned to Edoras, and should see how Eowyn fares with her duties.
This way, Lorander, we will find the Lady Eowyn and see how her efforts have progressed, while we saw to the will of her brother in Alberg. Greetings, children. How fares the city? Why should we tell you anything? We have done nothing to cause your insult. What would your father say to this discourtesy? How should we know? They're all gone. Because of Dunlendings like her. Nona's hands are clenched and her eyes are ablaze. Step aside, Lorunder. I will not listen to these children speak ill of my people. You need to learn... Ah, crap. You need to learn something, weak-legged foals. Get out of here, Dunlending witch. You know nothing of my land. We know enough. Your people want to kill us all. How many Dunlendings have you slain, small one? What? How about you? How many Dunlendings have you killed? None, but I am not yet of age. I have slain more than 24 Dunlendings. They were allies of those who killed my brother's servants of Saruman. Have you nothing now to say? Can you teach us how to fight? Please teach us swordplay. You little jerks. They were just hating on her a second ago. Oh, I'm sitting here waiting on it to continue, and I couldn't see that Cordovan had something to say. Ha! I did not expect this turn, Loranda. It seems our Nona has an effect even on the children of Rohan. If Horn is not cautious, he may find she has little time for him, so busy will she be instructing these children in swordplay. You should go on ahead, my friend, and find Eowyn outside Meduzel. It may take us some time to get there. I think we're lagged a little bit. There we are. And now the children love her. Where am I supposed to go? Why do I not... Hold on. Oh, that's right, because we're inside a... yeah, we're in an instance. Okay. We would take forever if we walk all the way up there, so let's go ahead and get back to normal movement, jump on our mount, and go up to the top here, because I think that's where she's at. There she is. Eowyn listens to your report of your visits to Underharrow and Aldburg, but you can tell from her guarded expression that something troubles her. Excuse me. I fear we did not root out all of Grandma's allies. When last you were in Edoras, Lorunder, I believe someone interferes with my efforts to empty the city. Someone cut holes in the sacks of grain we set by and damaged the wheels of one wagon I did not think needed guarding. Silfled saw a suspicious figure flee the city to the north. Speak to her and see if she can provide you with a description of this man. If we do not know his appearance, we will not be able to prevent him from doing more damage. Should he return, find her outside her home to the northeast. Okay, northeast. Oh, I can see it lit up over there. In fact, we'll just hop this fence and head that direction. I will help you with anything I can, Lorunder. If it will help the Lady Eowyn catch this man, ask me what you will, and I will tell you what I remember of the man I saw. Tell me about, tell me about yourself for some reason. My husband has gone to war with the Theoden King, and now I must wait for his return. We've been told we cannot wait here at our homes, but must go to Dunharrow. What did you see? This morning, shortly before sunup, I walked through the lanes of the city. I wanted to impress upon my memory every detail of this, my home. It was a sad walk down to the gates. Just inside the gates, a wagon was waiting for supplies to be loaded. Standing next to it, in the shadows, I saw a man. Alright, I'll be right back. The biscuits may be done. Oh, lordy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned. And not only have I returned, but I have returned with biscuits. Biscuits with butter and jelly. Nummy nummy num. For my big old Tom. Yeah, my glasses are dirty though. I gotta clean them off. Got like dots on them or something that's driving me batty. Yeah, let's see here. There we are. That should do the trick. It's better. Don't have dots all over the place, so that's better. Let's see if we can get the jelly all mixed up. Let's move the jelly around. We put the jelly on the biscuit and we eat the biscuit with the jelly. That is so good. My God, that is good. I'm a happy fat man. I have biscuits. Alright, let's talk to her some more. What was he wearing? He crouched by the wagon and saw that his boots were caked with mud. He wore yellow or brown leather with a strap over one shoulder. I saw the glint of sun on chain in the early morning light. So he's changing as she's talking to us. Are you certain about his dress? Yes, I'm fairly certain, actually. Now that I think on it, I believe he may have worn a red brooch around his neck. The setting was gold or very polished bronze, but the gem in the middle glowed red in the light of dawn. Interesting. Was his hair distinctive? I cannot really remember the style in which he wore his hair, but its color was light in the dawn. I am put in mind that it could have had an amber hue, but I cannot say for certain. His hair was rather shaggy, but he was crouched by the wagon, and it might have fallen free from a binding with the effort he exerted. You're certain about his hair? I will not swear to it. I cannot be certain. You're certain about his... I've asked you that already. How come you're making me ask her that again? We're going to keep asking her. How about this one? Blah, blah, blah. These are all the same. Talk to Eowyn outside. Okay, so we're... Oh, hello. She's right behind us. Hello, Eowyn. Were you there the whole time? Eowyn listens to the description you obtained from Seoflin and nods excitedly. Very good, Lorender, but we need confirmation and may now be able to obtain it. Another citizen of Edoras is claiming to have seen this man. Follow the road to the north and speak to Ulfberg. If her description matches that of Seoflin, we should be able to trust their memory of this man. Oh, where is that going to be? It's not going to show me because we're in an instance. Isn't that lovely? Find Elfberg and question her about the suspicious man she saw in Edoras. Alright, in the mini-map I see an arrow pointing up that way, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to head in that direction. And we're going to eat a little bit more of our biscuits. Good. I'm going to take a wild guess. I need to go down here through the marketplace over to the other side. This isn't who we have to talk to, is it? Hold on. Oh, this is who we need to talk to. Tell me about yourself. I have lived in Edoras all my life, baking bread for the king's board. Now we must go to Dunharrow until he returns from the war. I do not know if the city will remain when we return, if we do return. What did you see? I wake early on most mornings, and this day I had difficulty sleeping. When I went to the storehouse to count the sacks of grain I need to bring to Dunharrow, I saw that the sacks were split and the grain spilled across the floor. I despaired at the sight and then espied a man fleeing down the road. What was he wearing? He ran with great haste, and I did not get a good look at him. I think he wore black leather over chainmail, but the mail was mostly covered. I caught only a few flashes of silver. It was very dark. You're certain about his dress? Well, perhaps not. It was very dark. I think perhaps the leather he wore was not as dark as I thought at first. Perhaps it was more brown than black. The sun was not yet up when I saw him, and it was dark in the lane. You're certain about his dress? Oh, do we have to do that again, really? It's the same one. Okay, it's goofy. Was his hair distinctive? His hair was long and blonde. His appearance was very much that of a man of Rohan. It will make him more difficult to find, I expect. Did he have a beard? Yes, a blonde one. Did I not mention it? Was he holding anything? He had an axe in his hand. It must be what he used to tear open my sacks of grain, the villain. Anything else you can give us? Do you remember? It's exactly what I just said. Do you remember anything else? There was one more thing. He wore a brooch at his neck, fastened with a clasp. I saw the gemstone in its center, glinting as he ran. It put me in mind of a blood-red eye. Now that's the same as the last one. Dr. Horn. There's Horn. Horn listens to your account and nods. There are many men with blonde hair and beards in Rohan Lorender, but this brooch sounds distinctive. A red gemstone in the shape of an eye is not a common adornment among my people. This is how we will find this treacherous snake and keep him from doing further hurt to Eowyn or her people. Let us go to Eowyn together and tell her what we have learned of this man.
A picture begins to form.
The writings you recovered from Grima's chambers spoke in vague and shrouded terms in order to keep the identities of his allies a secret, but we have found some few of them already. Hebecca, Leofin, and Forthair have been defeated or imprisoned for their part in Grima's schemes, but it seems there was a fourth conspirator. It seems he used several names, among them Ednath and Golding. There may have been more that we know not. Come on now. There we are. That we know not. But now we have a common thread, Lorender. Our mysterious foe seems overly fond of a blood-red brooch, and it is by this jewelry you will know him. We cannot risk his return. Only by tracking this secret enemy can we ensure he does not return to cause deadlier mischief.
Our mysterious foe seems to have fled Edoras to the north.
There are a few settlements in that direction, but my guess is that he is making his way for Stoke in the Broad Acres. You and your companions travel with haste to Stoke, there to see if you can apprehend this ally of Grima Wormtongue before he can wreak further mischief. Reeve Frithild rules from Stoke, and she has been an inspiration to me since I was very young. Her strength in... here, back to where we were at. There we are. Her strength is second to no man, and she has earned the respect of all who dwell in her writing. I was like reading, and my eyes went, let's go somewhere else, and I have to come back like, where was that? Still, this is not the sort of danger for which she is best suited. She faces enemies that attack over the fields and engage in open battle, not snakes in the grass that strike from in hiding. Bring news of this secret foe to her, and warn her that he may lurk within Stoke. I do not know what evil webs he might yet spin. Alright, so we are moving on to the next place, it would appear. Where that actually is, I'm not sure. Is it in Westfold? It would not appear to be. Not in Kingstead. What about in Stone something? Oh, there, it's over this way. Broad Acres, that's what she had said. Broad Acres, up here to Stoke. Okay. Okay, so we're headed to Stoke. So we need to come out, up, around, and so forth, and head up to Stoke. I wonder if there's a path to that that I could take. We'll find out. Mr. Elvis has arrived. My beautiful cat. Right now he's content to lay next to me, but you know how that goes. Eventually he will decide that he needs my attention. Alright, it's 10:24, almost 10:30. We got another hour and a half at most for Saturday morning Lotro. Want to remind everybody, if you would, please head over to youtube.com/Ferone1 if you're not already there, and hit subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's a very hard thing to do. And also, please leave a like and comment on YouTube. Helps others to find my content. And then, if you would, on Twitch and Twitter, go ahead and hit follow on there. As a reminder for anybody that came in late here to the live stream, this is Lord of the Rings Online, which is referred to as Lotro. It's a free-to-play game. It's been around for over 16 years. Head over to lotro.com, create an account, download the game. That's all free, and play through 95 levels of free content. It's the best MMORPG on the market, as I say, and nobody has said otherwise, so it is truth. We're headed to Stoke. Let me click
I am
on
afraid
him.
of what is happening to these lands.
There is Stoke right there. we're going to click that, and we're going to travel for 1 mithril coin, because I have a bunch of mithril coins, so I don't mind using it. That's generally what I use my mithril coins for, is to get travel paths, you know, stable masters that I haven't gotten already. It's laziness. I should just ride over there myself, but, you know, it is what it is. And gives me time to eat some biscuits. God bless America. God bless everything. God bless breakfast is what I mean. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite breakfast on a nice Saturday morning? One thing I did notice, this part of the epic quest we're heading to is marked as level 91. We're 88, almost 89. Probably need to stop in Stoke and do some side quests and such to level up a little bit. We're starting to get behind the levels with the epic. So we might do full questage at this next quest hub, is what I'm saying. Nothing quite like the greatness of biscuits. What do y'all prefer? Just normal by themselves, just with butter and jelly, or maybe gravy? Ooh, I wish I had gravy. If I had my choice, it would be gravy. That is so good. And top it off with some coffee. Where are we at so far? Whoa, we got a long ways to go. We got a long ways to go and a long time to get there. Northbounder, watch old Lorunder go. Bonus points if you know what I was referencing there. I may go grab me another biscuit, just saying. Have I mentioned the world is massive? Look how long it takes me to get to this place. And this is with a somewhat fast mount. The stable master mounts are pretty fast. Not as fast as using a war steed, but still pretty fast. I actually don't know if that's true or not. Wonder if it is similar to the war steed. It just doesn't seem like it. But it is faster than an ordinary mount. We're almost to Middlesmead. Middlemead, is that what it is? It's hard to read because there's a thing over it. Coffee is almost gone for the morning. Probably could have got some experience and leveled if I would have just rode this on my own and stopped and killed things as I was going, but lazy, you know, it is what it is. Alright, we still got a ways to go. I'm gonna grab a couple more biscuits. I like biscuits. Biscuits are good. Oh man, y'all remember that movie, Swing Blade? And the guy always talked down there. He was like this, and he'd say, "I like biscuits. I like biscuits and mustard." Yeah, Dave. These are just ordinary biscuits, no butter, no jelly. Just ordinary, and they're fantastic. I got a feeling that's where we're headed. Yep. I remember some of these quests now.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
What's wrong, Corridon?
It seems that our fortunes turn for the worse.
A glint of light caught my eye from afar, and my worries are now confirmed. Gordon holds up the small object he has found in the grass, a blood-red ruby fitted into a silver brooch, shaped in the form of an eye. Our friend knew of our pursuit and discarded the only thing by which we would know him. Now he vanishes into the city, free to strike at his leisure. I will give you this brooch, but I confess this is not the outcome for which I hoped. Now we must deliver a warning only to the Reeve and not the means of ending the threat. Bring blood run front to Meat Hall of Stoke. Okay, this place. And a couple of things. Where's the milestone? It's over here to our right. We'll go ahead and replace one of these. Hit bold. There we are. Now, where is the location of where we need to head? Appears to be back behind us. Probably up on that hill is what my guess is. Let's get onto a mountain and get there a little quicker. I imagine we have to go around and then back up to it or something. Yep. Okie dokie. Let's take a look here.
Maintain the peace and do no harm to my people or their lands.
It is always a pleasure.
Welcome.
It's always a pleasure to meet a new Lore Master Lorander. If you maintain the peace and do no harm to my people or these lands, you will be welcome to my hall at any time. Fritheld listens as you recount your pursuit of Wormtongue's mysterious ally and the mischief he wrought at Edoras. She smiles when you mention that Eowyn desired you to bring word of the danger he might pose for the Broadacres. She has always been a strong girl. In truth, she reminds me of myself at that age. When she has grown some more and broken a nose or two, she will be quite a woman. She must chafe at remaining behind to shepherd the people to safety while others ride to war. I would do the same, had the war not come right to my own lands. There is battle enough in the Broadacres. Someone may have seen your secret interloper as he came to Stoke Lorender. You should speak with Wigbald, the guard at the southern gate. If anyone saw anything, it would be Wigbald. He misses little. Okay, use this way. We're going to take the fast way down. Watch out for the last drop. Woohoo! It's just a sprained ankle. You'll be fine. Rub some dirt on it, walk it off. Alright, here we are.
You say you look for someone. I've seen scores come through this gate today.
What can you tell me about his appearance? You admit to Wigbald that you do not have a good idea of your prey's appearance. That makes it more difficult to find someone, no doubt about it. There was one fellow I thought seemed worthy of suspicion, now that you mention it. He kept asking about the Norcrofts, so it could be he has left this village entirely and is heading east. You tell Wigbald that you may search around Stoke for any other clues, just to be certain, and he shrugs. You are welcome to do as you like, of course. It is your time you'd be wasting. The only suspicious fellow I've seen was asking about the Norcrofts. Okay. What else we got? Anything else? Bum, 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 bum. Something over this direction or somewhere here. Broken banner. There we are. This banner is broken as if it had been brought down upon something with great force. Okay. What else can we find? Stoke. Okay, that's nothing. Keep getting other things like the milestone and such. Oh, there we are. Disturbed earth. This mound of earth indicates a scuffle of some sort took place here. So anywhere out here could be something else. Booted footprint. You find booted footprints in the mud at the base of this fence. Scattered leaves. These leaves have been scattered, but it might only have been the wind. I mean, that honestly, that seems like the least interesting clue here. That would be obvious. I mean, there's trees literally right here. Abandoned helmet. You have found a discarded helmet, but whose helmet is it? And a child has shown up with a
Are you looking for the man who
flaming
dropped that
ring
helmet?
above his head, or her head. Are you looking for the man who dropped that helmet? I saw him come back for it, but when he saw me, he ran. I followed him for a while, but he kept running west of town, and I think he might have been looking for the orcs. I could tell he was trouble. Did I do the right thing? If I see him again, I'll tell you or Reeve Fritheld. You had better tell her who I am so she'll let me into the mead hall. My name is Adgith, and I've lived here in Stoke my whole life. My mother says I need to stay inside the walls. That's the only reason I didn't follow that man and bring him back for the king's justice. I knew he was a villain. You tell Reeve Fritheld that I'll let her know if I see him again. All right? Promise that you will. Promise. Okay, I promise I will. So I believe, yep, we go back up here.
You say this child saw the man for whom you seek, and he has joined the orcs?
I would like to meet Adgith and speak with her myself. My hall will be open to her as well. If this man you pursued from Edoras has joined the orcs, the danger he poses has turned from a secret one to a threat we here in Stoke know all too well. We have been endangered by the ravages of orcs and their half-orc brethren for many months now. We're going to get a new helm, or headpiece. And it is definitely an upgrade. Let's take a look at it. Always have to take a look at what it looks like. That's how you find things that you want to put in your wardrobe to make costumes out of. And I'm going to be honest, I think it looks like poopy. But can we dye it in any way? So basically, you get mainly the same thing. You just get these little strips that are dyeable. Alright, let's go ahead and take it to put it on for stats.
The orcs have launched attacks on Stoke before now, but we must not remain idle.
But we have always fended off their assaults. If this secret foe you chased here is as canny as he seems, he might be able to help the orcs attack more effectively. The camp is called Bardorum, in their filthy tongue. Wipe the land clean of its foul inhabitants and see if you can find any sign of their plans. Sounds like fun. See if we can pick up any other quest here in town as well. Don't know that there are any, but we're going to check. Let's go ahead and mount up for that. It is lagged. There we go. All we gotta do is ride around through town and we can see it in the mini-map if they pop up. But again, I don't know if this place has a lot of quests. I don't think it does. Not seeing anything popping up. Alright, we will continue on. Whoops, burned into the ramparts. There's something I saw right out this direction. So let's go out here and we are going to slaughter all the bad guys we see because honestly we need to make a couple levels. As well as some deer. Do some hunting as we go. We can use the hides for crafting. What do we have here? You there! What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to have to set you alight. Here, have one of these. This is always fun. He's a tough one. Alright, Dunley Slayer of the West Eminent has been added. And we got deed. That's the deed we just got. It's a Slayer deed. What were we, other than killing him, what were we coming out here for? Did I miss something out here? Huh. corpse of... Oh, okay. Oh, is it the guy that I just killed? I actually have to click it, apparently. Either that or I'm lagged. One of the two. I don't think I'm lagged. I don't think I can actually click on him. Alright, so let's move on from that. And we will go destroy orcs and half-orcs out in this direction. And make sure to do some harvesting of nodes as we go. Because like I said earlier, I really need some materials to send to my champion. Let me check something. If I go in here, and is that... That's oak boards, no. Walnut. Walnut, and that's what we just picked up. Okay, so we've got 37 that we can make so far. It's pretty good. Just wanted to keep a little track on that, so I know how well we're doing for what I can get to my champion to try to get him some experience. Another Slayer deed. That's going to be for the wolves out here in West Emnet. So normally you would mount up, but I have found that I can destroy the mounteds by simply standing still and nuking them. So that works for me better than the mounted combat. So we got another Slayer deed. It's going to be for the mounted half-orcs, I think. Oh, it's just half-orcs, period. Alright. And one of the things, this is kind of an interesting deal. If you hit B, you bring up your wallet. And down here at the bottom, there's perks. I do not believe you have this when you're free to play, but I do not know that for sure, so don't take that to the bank. But if you have the ability to click on the perks, there's a bunch of things you can use these destiny points for, and I don't remember exactly how you get them. I just know I have a crap ton of them. I think you get it as you're playing the game. Somehow you get destiny points. And one of the things that you can do, and they have a reuse timer before the uses come back up. It takes time for it. But one of the ones you can use is you can accelerate your experience. Now watch down on my experience bar down here. I use it and you see that blue is there. That's going to make it to where I get experience faster as I'm getting experience until it goes all the way through that blue. There were 5 uses available. I'm going to go ahead and use all of them. And it says next use 23 hours and 59 minutes. Basically 1 day. A day from now, this character will have another accelerated experience use that he can use Destiny on to get. And in 5 days, he'll have all 5 uses back up. The other one that I like to use is, I mean, it's not much, but you get a 5% out of combat, speed boost. I use that. What the heck? That is for an hour. Alright, let's continue on. They're just little things that you don't need to do. It's just helpful because, laziness. I mean, that's what it really boils down to. I'm just lazy. See if we get a hide from this guy here. Knocked me out. There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your hides. I greatly appreciate it. We got a mounted goblin over here that's going absolutely crazy. So we're going to put him out of his misery. There we are. A new Slayer deed. Goblin Slayer of West Emnet. We got lots of Slayer deeds going on right now. Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Why not? Goblin, we'll say add to track. Wolf, add to track. Where was the other one? Half-orc, add to track. Orc Slayer, add to track. Just for the heck of it. We got a bunch of them up there. We can watch our numbers go up as we go. In fact, do something I never do. No, it's not there. Let me check to see if I got one in my shared storage. I think I might. Reputation, small reputation, small reputation. I don't. Okay, so that's fine. I don't have one available. What I like to do when I know I'm going to be working on some Slayer deeds, which I think I am right now, is use a Slayer accelerator. Let me go ahead and put this thing here up, and let's go to the store. I'll show y'all where you can get these if you have Lotro points to use on it. Don't feel like you need to use it, because you don't. But if you have Lotro points and you would like to use it to make it faster for you, you can buy a Slayer Deed Accelerator. It'll last for 6 hours, and then it'll double it. So for each one you kill, you get credit 2. And I got a ton of Lotro points because I waste a lot of money on this game. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one. Let's go ahead and get rid of this squirrel. And look in here, we'll use it. You'll see it pop up right there. We have 6 hours left of 2 times Slayer Deed. That's that kind of things that you can, waste money on. You definitely do not need to. It is not a must in this game. It's just something you can do. I always tell people, if you don't have a lot of money to spend on the game, you got a lot of other bills and stuff to deal with, then don't spend money on the game. Just play the game and enjoy it. If you do have the money and you can afford to spend it, there's a lot of conveniences you can get out of the game. Let's head this direction. Oh, just for the heck of it, let me use my stuff that I make as a scholar. Oh, am I out of those? I think I am. I am. I'll have to make some more. Not that I need it for the overland content. It's super freaking easy, but I like to use them because I'm a scholar and I make them. We're going to do some Slayer Deeding, some questing, some harvesting, and so forth. So this may be the boring part of the stream for you. If it is, I apologize, but it's what I feel like doing at the moment. And I need to make a couple of levels really to catch up to where the epic story is at right now. I'd like to at least be level 90 right now. Well, hello there. Thank you for coming over. You saved me the time of running to you. There you go. Little bit of lag. Hitting the button to attack and it's not taking it, so I have to hit it a few times. You'll hear that in there, I'm sure. Me going tick, 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 tick. It's basically me getting annoyed. That's what it really boils down to. It's like, why are you not done yet? Trying to get this up here, but it took the nearest. I don't like that. It's one of the things that annoys me. It's a very old feature of the game, so it's engraved in the core of the game and it's difficult for them to take out. But whenever you hit the button to click nearest activatable item or whatever, it will grab things that you literally have no ability to use. Like, I don't have prospecting, so I can't harvest any of the ore nodes, but if there's one around me and it's closer than something else I could use, it'll click that when I hit the button for whatever's closest to click on. And it's a little bit of an irritant. Coffee is officially gone. So you can see right now the goblins is at 3 of 100 and now it's at 5 of 100. So killing that one gave me 2 because I've got the Slayer Deed Accelerator running for the next 6 hours. We have finished our stuff out here, haven't we? Let's mount up and head back to turn that quest in, and we'll keep killing and harvesting along the way as we see people and stuff. If we see bad peoples, I mean. And harvestable nodes. I don't know why I go to the right every time. She's actually sitting on the left up here. It's just what I'm used to doing every single time.
You return to sorrowful news. Wigbold has been murdered.
So you found this map of Stoke on the body of a villain from Bard Durham. I am not surprised. Excuse me. See these markings? Someone has made notes on this map, and though I cannot read the writing, I am familiar enough with my own walls to know... Sorry. I am familiar enough with my own walls to know what these annotations represent. Vulnerabilities in our defenses. Your secret foe is seeking to improve the orcs' chances of raising Stoke. But you return to sorrowful news. Adgith found something and hastened to bring the news to me at once. Wigbold has been murdered. Speak to the child and hear her account.
I found a dead body. It was Wigbold. I remember his big red beard.
I was running around on the eastern side of the town, looking for that sour-faced fellow we talked about, when I stumbled upon a body lying in the grass. I stayed just long enough to see if I knew who it was, and I did. It was Wigbold, one of the town guards. I remember his big red beard. He was always kind to me, and now I think that man you were looking for must have killed Wigbold before he fled the city. I can point out to you where I found his body, if you like. I was just telling the Reeve about it, and she says that I did the right thing to come to her at once. You tell Adgith you will investigate the place she described, but you have your doubts. You do not remember Wigbold having a red beard. Interesting. The plot thickens. Where's this at? Over here? Crazy how that lags and then finally pops in. Is it inside? Yeah, it's inside the walls. Although I don't think I can get there from there, so let's go around here to this spot. Alright. Here we are. You cannot tell how long it has been since Wigbold was slain, but it seems he suffered a blow to the head from some heavy object. Dirt and mud on his clothes indicate that he was killed somewhere else and then dragged into the heavy grass. As you stare down at the body of the slain guard, something that has bothered you since you heard the news from Adgith slowly resolves itself. This is not the same Wigbold with whom you spoke when you arrived at Stoke. This is the body of Wigbold. Who was it you spoke with at the entrance to Stoke? It's a good question. The guy that kept telling us the guy had gone somewhere else. Was it the Sotcrofts or Norcrofts or something like that? The man you spoke to is gone and left no sign.
We have been deceived. The man we spoke to was not Wigbold.
He was our quarry instead. I believe I can piece together the tale, but it brings me no joy to do so. Our secret foe arrived at the gates of Stoke sometime during the night, where he was challenged by Wigbold to identify himself. What name did he give? Perhaps Ednith or Goding? Or anything or another we do not yet know. What story did he weave for Wigbold? I cannot say, but my guess is that it played upon the guard's sympathies. From this I draw another conclusion. Our cunning foe must appear from the outside to be a good man of Rohan. There will be little about him to mark him as an enemy, or Wigbold would never have let him into Stoke. But let him in he did, and at some point Wigbold was overcome and slain. What does it reveal about our foe that he was so bold as to take Wigbold's place and speak falsehoods to the very people in pursuit of him? That is what worries me the most, Lorunder. Our foe is bold and he is cunning, and he is unafraid. It is clear to me now why he spoke of the Norcrofts, though it was not at the time. He is trying to steer us in the wrong direction. We must give this news to the Reeve. Indeed, I agree. The Reeve must know about this immediately. As soon as I find the road that heads to the Reeve, I will tell her. Here we are. Those of y'all just joining, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Then leave a like and a comment. I would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But mostly the subscribe. I need to hit 1,000. Really trying hard to do that. Those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter, please hit the follow and share with your friends and family. Let's go see what she has to say about this.
The man you pursue must be made to pay for his crimes.
This tale is believable, but it makes my sorrow no less. Instead, it fans the flames of my anger. This man you pursue must be made to pay for his crimes. He sought to send you to the Norcrofts. His pride will be his undoing, for by revealing his charade we have discerned his next course. He wanted you to look eastward. Turn your eyes westward, and you will find where next led his schemes. Whatever. After teaching the orcs of Barad-dûrn how best to attack Stoke, this cunning snake of yours fled the Broadacres. I'm certain of it. He's gone to the Stone Deans.
If this snake has entered the Stone Deans, they must be warned of the danger he poses.
I have no close ties with my neighbors to the west, save the oaths we share, but I wish them no harm. If the snake has entered the Stone Deans, they must be warned of the danger he poses. A secret enemy combined with the dangers they already face endangers the whole of my riding. He must be stopped, and now only a few know his face. You have seen it, and as has poor departed Wigbold. Bring this knowledge to Reeve Heremond in the Stone Deans. His seat is in the town of Woodhurst, located in the northern region of the Stone Deans. Heremond is very old, and there are whispers that he has been in poor health of late. If he is indisposed, you should speak to his wife, Briant. She is of Dunlandish blood, but she is strong in her own right. Okay, so we're moving on to the next place, even though we still need some levels. We're going to do some killing as we go, that's for certain, because we are behind the 8-ball here. This particular part of the epic quest I noticed was level 92, and we are 88. We are behind. Stone Dean's going to be over this way here. Way up here is where they're sending us to, the Woodhurst. It looks like we follow the road south back to Kingstead, and then right there at Middlemead we follow through that way. I'm not going to take any fast travel because again we are behind on levels, so we're going to kill as we go. Alright, follow this down. What's this here? Maybe we can get a little experience from this quest here.
Our success depends upon our strength.
I confess that I find it a joy to see strangers journeying through our lands. As you can see, Stoke is in dire need of assistance. You should speak at once with Frithilde, which I just did, our Reeve. No doubt she will welcome you as a friend. Frithilde is likely in council with her captains within the mead hall. Should go there at once. Well, I mean, we'll go back and talk to her. It'll be some easy little experience game by turning in that quest to say go talk to her. So why not? Let's get some free experience from it. She'll be like, didn't I just send you to the Stone Deans? What are you doing back? Well, a guy outside of town told me to come talk to you. And I wanted the free experience from that, so I'm back.
There is work to be done here.
You've come at an opportune time, stranger. It grieves me that I cannot yet send aid to Theoden King. I am a loyal subject, but I must consider my own people first. We have been under assault by warg riders for days. The grazing lands west of Stoke burn, and our town is overcrowded with refugees and livestock. If we can break this siege, there will be nothing to stop me from going to my king's aid. Please help secure the gates of the town while I consider the best course of action. You can find wooden planks throughout the town, gather them, and take them to the gates and repair the damaged barricades. Okay, so I didn't get that quest on the way into town because I was using a fast travel to get here, and I went right by him and didn't pick him up. Now it's going to open up some quest in this quest hub, basically. So we're going to do those for some experience. Let's see. Out this way is the wood that we need to secure some of the places. Man, we're getting some lag right now. All right. Alright, should be wood out here somewhere. Yeah, wood planks right behind me. Lag. Is there any over here? Apparently not. Oh, there's one. Up this way. There's the last one I need. Alright, now I need to use those over in this area. It's a good thing I'm so agile, I can just ride over those fences. Oh, whoops, he was there. I thought I had to go around that. And then the other side of town. Okay, and we go back to Dr. Frithel.
There is work to be done here.
Ah, Lorunder, you have returned. I believe I know what must be done, though I dare say I am concerned that it may not be possible.
Will you help my people?
Lorunder, I know what needs to be done, but I confess that I hesitate to do so. If we are to send aid to Theoden King, we must first break the siege upon Stoke. But to do that, we must muster the Thanes of the Broadacres, and I have no doubt that they too face the threat of assault. Nevertheless, it must be done. Speak with Grimmar, and he will provide you with signets to take to my Thanes. Each signet bears the crest of their households, and they will know that it means we are in dire need of aid. Not far to the northeast lies Osserle, where dwells Ordlek. It is settled on an embankment leading down to the Entwash, so they may have not yet seen the smokes of the fires here. Ordlak is a pleasant fellow and likely will be the most ready to join our cause. You should go to him first. Right here, okay?
Our mission is dire.
Reeve Fritheld has decided to summon the Thanes. I recommend that she do so days ago, but I understand her concerns. It may well be that Ordlak and Tordag will be unable to come in time. Nevertheless, here are the signets of Oslerley and Torsbury. Fritheld told you of Ordlak, but not of Tordag. The Thane of Torsbury is brave and a mighty warrior, but he is not the most clever man. It took much for him to accept Fritheld, a woman, as Reeve when her husband perished, but since she broke his nose in a brawl, he has been a faithful retainer. May fortune smile upon you as you deliver these tokens. Go to Osserley first. Okay. Quest of Broadacres. I mean, not broadcast. Lol. Let's take a look at our map here. Whoops. Look at it again. Okay, Osserley's over this way. Straight up that direction. Let's go ahead and jump on our Fast War Steed mount and see what we can find in that direction. There will definitely be mobs out here to kill, so we will kill some of them, so we need the experience. Like right over here. It's not really a mob, but he'll do. Oh, I should have killed you first. My bad. Didn't see you there. Okay. That was that. Moving on. That's the same guy we killed earlier for the quest, so we won't mess with that. Let's go this direction. Just going around him real quick. I want to get this wood over here. There we are. Heavy walnut branches. I see a wolf. Any quest here at this farm? Doesn't appear to be. Check out the chickens. That's too freaking cool. I love it. That's so awesome. Alright, anyway. Keeps walking out of distance of my spell, so I had to keep inching forward. Plus, I just want you to cast the spell. I realize you're lagged, but if you could just, you know, queue up the one that I hit so I don't have to hit it over and over until it finally isn't lagged. That'd be so nice. It's like I've hit it 3 times and he's going to go now. The first one should have been sufficient. up there. 3 hours and 50 minutes. We are getting close. Close to our 4 hours of Saturday morning Lotro. Hope everybody has had a fantastic time. I know I have had a great time. Almost to Osserley. Let me grab the stable master and I'll come back to talk with you, sir.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Oh, are you that Lorundr I've been hearing about? Gandalf Graham wishes to speak with you. Gandalf, really? I believe he said he would be stopping over briefly in Edoras. Ah, okay. Perhaps you will find him there if you ride hard. I believe he was hoping you would help the folk of the Eastfold. I know exactly what you're referring to. Thank you, sir. Yar, we're going super fast. Can't control it. Greetings, stranger. What news from beyond? What? Stoke is under siege? Ah, you must speak with Thane Ordlac at once. You have leave to enter the mead hall.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Welcome, stranger from afar. It is seldom that we greet travelers, even from other parts of Rohan. May I offer you some wine or ale? Indeed, I was about to sit down to a meal. Would you join me? What is this? Ah, I did not think I would see this signet in my lifetime. My father granted it to Edmar Frithild's husband to use in the event Stoke needed our aid. Tell me what has transpired that would bring Frithild to such a need. And there it is. Ding! Level 89.
May I have a moment of your time?
Let me see here. It is amazing how we can be so sheltered from the devastation that has befallen our riding. But as I told you, we seldom receive travelers here. Of course, we will begin to muster our meager garrison at once. If we are to do so, we will need help ourselves, quelling some small disturbances that have come our way. What with our fighting men being distracted from their duties here. God, I hate when it does that. Speak with my chief captain, Dudsig, near the stables. He will know what needs to be done. Do not be put off with his appearance. He is from the Stone Deans, where many have misfortune to have some part of the wild Dunlending blood mixed with that of the Mark. Okay. We are actually really close to 4 hours on the stream. I'm thinking... I am thinking that this is a good place to stop for a Saturday morning Lotro. Let me find a good spot that's lit up so I'm not just like in the dark here. Much better. I think this would be perfect. It has been a wonderful Saturday morning. I hope y'all have had fun this October 12th, 2024. It's going on 11, almost 11:20 a.m. here. So, as always, let me put this back up here. I run a kinship on the Gladden server called Lorebound Walkers. We are casual friendly, friendly to new and returning players. We have quite a few that have come back recently, as well as some that are brand new to the game. And we help them out as much as we can. If you would like to join us, head over to the Gladden server and get in touch with Phelan, Fayln, or Stedda, Stedda. or myself, or Toraner, which I can't think of the spelling right now, but at any rate. Another way to get a hold of us, which is probably better, is to go to our Discord server. Go to Ferone.com, and you can click around. You'll find the link for the Discord server at the top there after you click on me. And join that. Go into the Introductions channel, introduce yourself, and we'll get you into the kinship. With that being said, yes, my brain went completely blank. Over on Twitch and Twitter, please hit the follow, share with all your friends and family. Let them know about this fantastic game. It's up to us to advertise because unfortunately it seems like the studio that runs it doesn't have the funding to be able to advertise or willingness to do so. The game's been out for over 16 years, is in full development. It's not dead or dying in any way, shape, or form. Standing Stone Games is the ones that develop it right now. And they have a new expansion coming out just next month. They had an expansion last year. They had a mini expansion the year before that. The game is 100% in development and the best MMORPG out there in my belief. Head over to Lotro.com, create an account, download the game free, play up through 95 levels of free content, and have a lot of fun. Then I would like all of you to please go over to youtube.com/Ferone1. It's all right down there. And subscribe to me. It's very hard to get people to subscribe, even if they like the content. People just don't hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying very hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting close, so please help me do that. And leave a like and comment so that more people can see our stuff, because the algorithms like that stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. They just like that stuff. Every Saturday morning, starting around 7 a.m. Central Time here in the U.S., I do Saturday morning Lotro, and every Wednesday evening, starting around 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time, I do midweek Lotro as well. Generally, the Saturday mornings is my lore master here, Lorundor, who is in the Riders of Rohan content, the expansion right now. And on Wednesday nights for midweek Lotro, it's generally my level 115 champion who is in the Mordor expansion. Things change up, but that's the general gist of it. That's going to do it for now. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Ferone the Gnome, and I'm signing off. Thank you all for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye!